Where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I try to kill my friends. I'm Andrew Gilbert,
Gaming
the benevolent dictator of Helpful Goat Gaming, but
of
tonight,
shared storytelling where I try to kill my friends.
I'm Andrew Gilbert, the benevolent I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. And I'm not alone. With me, as always, is the unbenevolent dictator of Helpful Goat, Galway.
I'm still here.
Yeah, the one-horned tiefling.
Hello, everyone.
We have Adam playing the halfling that still smells of pickles, Burbage Kemp.
That's me. Love me some pickles.
Please stop almost dying.
Yeah, we'll try.
Save the role-playing for the game, folks. Lena playing the Goliath, who is indeed stronger than you, Stormbringer.
Yeah, hi.
And Jay playing the mysterious and ruthless Vamaris.
He nods.
Welcome, Vamaris nod.
Welcome, one and all. Are you ready to doodle in the background while I talk a little bit of business? I hope so. All right.
Sure.
Quick few announcements before we get into tonight's story. I think we've decided we want to do this every week. So every Saturday, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain, and 4 p.m. Pacific, we're going to be doing this. And Friday night, the night before, we're going to do a rerun of last week's episode. So last night we ran our very first episode, and tonight is episode number 2. So if you want to get caught up, you can either go to our archive and our YouTube page, or you can watch the rerun on Friday night before the live game on Saturday. Also, we are toying with the idea of doing a separate stream where members of Goats and Dragons answer some of your burning questions about D&D, about Helpful Goat, or just about our awkward existences. You can give us some questions during tonight's stream in the chat, or you can get into contact with us through like Twitter, something like that. If you have some questions that you might just like us to answer at some point, that's totally fine. We like to engage with you guys because we're lonely and no one loves us. That's not true. Okay, Andy, get it together. And with that, you know what? Wow. Switching back over to what everyone has drawn is terrifying.
Right? This is what happens when you leave us alone.
I love it. So with that, let's go ahead and get started.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say, let's roll for initiative, because that's the same tone you use when you say that. I'm like, how? Why?
I love it. I love it so much. All right. So let's get into tonight's episode. So let's do a quick recap of our first encounters. You all answered a missive from a high priest of Rin, Ponway Elvor. You entered the holy grounds of the temple. A couple of you brought silver daggers, though they were eventually confiscated from you. You continued on with your meeting this kindly old gentleman, who seemed particularly careful about the meeting place. You spoke with him, and he briefed you on an odd situation. A small, new, lush island had appeared off of the coast, and the first ship that went to investigate had disappeared. Ponway asked you to visit the island and, if he was correct in his assumptions, retrieve a plant that should be somewhere in the middle of the small island. He also let you know that an old friend of his was a sailor and was in town. This person's name was Meepus. You headed to the winking mast to look for him and found him outside sobbing uncontrollably, simply saying that Milo, one of the pirate ruffians in the area, had taken, quote, her. You went to the ship and confronted them, and with some luck, chase them off into the waters, setting a few fires on their ship in the process. Fires that are still burning as you look across the sea on this fine, hot day. So now, you are standing on the docks, bruised and bloodied from a fight. The sea air is hot as the sun passes midday. You smell the rich salt waters that slosh into the docks below you, and you look around, fairly proud of yourselves. Till you realize that your fight had occurred on the edge of a very crowded shoreline. Not only are there dock workers and travelers watching you, you now see several guards in their red and purple robes, shoving their way through the crowds toward you. In front of them is a windmaster, one of the acolytes of Rin that helps facilitate the ship movements. She is a tall elven woman, dressed in reds and deep blues, with gold and silver bracelets clinking on her left arm as she strides up the dock toward you. Stormbringer, you have ceased your incessant rage. And as you do that, you look to the sky, and a small dark cloud that had formed sometime during the fight just slowly wisps and vanishes in the air. You're a little proud of that. And Charity, looking at everyone, your party members still alive after the battle, you have a tickle in your throat that you can't quite you can't quite seem to scratch. You cough a few times, and there's a sharp pain in your chest a bit, as the cough was fairly violent. However, luckily, that seemed to stop pretty quickly. Anyway, what would you all like to do?
We might want to get out of here, you guys. I'm going to say to the rest of the party, kind of nodding towards the guards and the acolyte of Ren that's heading our way.
But we need to purify the bodies.
Oh, no? What? What is that?
Burn them, principally.
We don't... They're fine. They're fine how they are. They'll get eaten by bugs. It'll be great. It'll be wonderful. They'll live on in the bugs' stomachs. Circle of life will continue. Let's get out of here. And Stormbringer is going to start kind of walking down the path.
Vamaris nods and follows.
Okay.
I think Burbage is still passed out.
I think... actually, sorry. Not even metagame. I don't think I'm getting the background images on anything.
No, it doesn't look like you are in the stream. That's weird.
Mine just showed up.
Mine's working.
I'm reloading just to see.
Mine's working.
Okay.
Yes, now there are colors.
Yeah, like he's not getting the map.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he's good now, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
I was just very confused. I'm like,
Might have been confusing.
why does it look like there's scotch tape on the ground?
Okay. Well, here you go. No, Stormbringer and Vamaris, you start to walk in what direction? Where are you going?
Where are they? Like is the acolytes of Ren and the guards at the very edge of the dock already, or are
It
they
looks
just
like
getting
they're
near
cut us
the dock?
off, yeah.
Yeah, they're coming up the pier. toward you.
I guess we're walking
Okay.
towards them.
Yeah, I guess we are then.
So how do the guards look? Like in terms of
Yeah.
Are they spoiling for a fight? Are they...
No, it doesn't seem like anyone has anything drawn. They're in their ceremonial sort of garb and robes, with the armor just peeking through at the sleeves, and they seem to simply be walking up in your direction. The best thing would is you guess that they're just trying to quell a situation very quickly.
Oh, there's
They're
no
not.
such thing.
They're not here to attack anyone necessarily, though the elven woman, the windmaster at the front, does look fairly stern.
But again, she doesn't look hostile per se.
No.
Okay.
They're not rushing toward you. They're
Okay, yeah.
simply
This isn't like
walking.
shields and spears are down and they're running at us.
No, not
Okay.
quite. Right.
I would probably stare sadly back at the bodies and start heading down the dock with the others.
So we left Burbage.
Burbage isn't unconscious, is he? He was swimming. He's in the water.
No, I think I got up.
He
on
got
the
back up.
dock and I.
He was
Oh,
right next to me.
I think my last
Yeah, he
action
had,
last week was to pass out.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
laying on top of one of the dead bodies.
Oh, at this that's right. Now I remember. I'm gonna say, Stormbringer, do you think you could carry him?
Oh yes, of course. I can carry the little man. He's very tiny. Why can't you carry him? She'll say as she comes back and picks him up.
It
All
just
right.
seems like it might be easier for you.
Well, he's
Thank
just very small, though, isn't he? He's so small. She hefts him in the air, kind of demonstrating how small he is,
He is
shaking him a little.
much smaller than you. Yes.
Ugh.
And anyway,
He just
He's
moans
tiny.
a bit. So you move up the docks, and as you sort of get in range of these of these guards, the woman in front sort of puts her hand up and says, "Hello, yes. What manner of disruptions is this today? We heard that there was a fight going on, and I see a ship partly in flames in my harbor. What is this?"
I'm gonna sort of bow, like, greetings, my lady. We were requested by a captain named Meepus, to recover his ship that a gang of pirates was attempting to take.
Vamaris nods.
But you had to fight them to do it. You had to leave bloody corpses on my docks.
I can take care of the corpses.
Well, see that you do. And I don't want to see you attacking any more of our fine shipmen here. I suggest you take these bodies and be on your way. I'm afraid I have also heard some piratey rumors of some of some ostentatious men here.
Ah, of course. Thank you for your kindness and regard.
Yes.
We shall be more than happy to clean up leaving no trace of this mess on your dock, and to inform one of your proud mariner captains that his ship has been returned.
Yes. Which ship is it? Which captain? I know them all.
Meepus.
Oh, Meepus, is it? He lost his ship again, did he? Well,
He didn't lose. It's right there.
no, he needed your help in obtaining it. I'll tell that drunkard to get on his ship and be on his way. We don't need him sullying up my docks.
I could tell him now if you wish.
Yes. Take the bodies and leave. I think we are done here. And she sort of claps in the air, and the guards follow her away.
Like
The crowd is still sort of agape, watching all of this go down.
Vamaris kind of looks at the whole party as they're walking away, and he's just like, "That's it."
Yeah, I guess we're good. I guess we have license to, kill as long as we dispose of the bodies. Right? That's what I got from that.
What type of laws does the city have?
Good laws?
less than you might think.
Fair laws that involve the strongest killing the
So,
weakest.
so
You
they've
were right.
they've moved away entirely, right? They're not blocking
Yes,
us
they've
anymore?
gone back into the crowd. It seems like the guards have kind of positioned themselves again at their posts.
So I'm gonna go back down and just sort of drag it so that the two bodies are like on top of each other. They're sort of piled.
Excellent.
This is a waste of time. Why don't we just push them in the water? Charity?
What was that? What kind of rule? is
Bonfire.
Oh my god! Like on the dock?
Under their bodies.
Yes, on the wooden dock. Okay.
Well, it's a bonfire. It didn't have a problem before when it was under the guy. I guess if the stone quay was right over here, I would move them there first.
Okay. Yeah. So you pull them.
I wasn't sure if it was a wooden dock or a stone dock.
Oh yeah, you do what you want. I'm just
No. I wasn't sure if it was stone or wood. I would try to be avoiding burning down structures.
Right. Yeah. So there are stone pillars underneath, but these are large wooden planks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
On the dock.
No.
Excellent. But you can drag them.
Yep.
Sort of off the dock pretty quickly onto the stone foundations, and then set them ablaze.
Yep.
You hear some grumbling then from the crowd as this occurs, and there's certainly a number of people that are giving you kind of maybe dirty looks now and then. They don't seem to like all this.
Charity, you've displeased the crowd because this is so wasteful. If you had put them in the water, the fish would have eaten them. What's going to happen with them now?
As the flames purify these bodies, so Behelit will purify their souls.
I don't understand what you're saying.
These were bad men, yes? That was why we fought them.
Yes.
Their souls will be purified.
You've lost me again.
What does the fire do to their bodies?
Burn them.
So too shall Behelit burn away their sins.
I'm lost.
That's okay. Perhaps we should go tell Meepus the good news, and also find something to sober him.
That sounds like a good idea.
Also, Burbage, how are you doing up there?
I'm still carrying you.
That's why I said up there. I'm assuming you were carrying him above my eye level.
Yeah, probably.
My
Probably
body
like over my
hurts.
shoulder.
I'm in so much pain. What's going on? Did somebody say license to kill?
Yes. Yes. That was a word that was used. Apparently, the rule of the city is if we just dispose of the bodies after, we can kill anyone.
For the record, I think I killed both of those two guys. Did anybody catch that?
Of course
Yeah,
you
both
did,
like-
little man, and I'm gonna
And-
pat you rather aggressively on the head.
And for
Okay, you don't have to pat me aggressively. I'm being serious. I'm pretty sure those were both my kills.
Of course.
for
Pat.
the record, and I go and I pat you, but far less harshly, and cast Cure Wounds.
Hey.
And for the record, I'm fairly sure I'm the only reason you're still breathing.
Oh, well,
Burbage, you
yeah.
can,
Thank
you
you.
Of course
go
you are,
up.
little Charity, and I'll pat Charity really aggressively on the head, too.
Thank you, Stormbringer. I heard a bit of Storm, though it mostly sounded like profanity.
The storm was small this time, but next time it will be bigger and worse. Much worse.
Hey, I'm feeling a lot. I'm
I
feeling
look forward
a lot
to this.
How much better am I feeling?
all
DM.
the way better.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
you
sure
regained
you regained 10 hit points.
You even sober up a bit from this.
Ooh, what a
Yeah.
treat. Okay, so my HP goes up to 8.
Yes. Very good. Vamaris, you sort of look back at the docks and the carnage and the blood still soaking into the wood. And you also see the body floating in the water that Burbage had killed.
Okay.
Do with that whatever you will. But the rest of you, you just look at it. Notice it.
Wow. Okay.
I don't.
There's a body.
I'm not even gonna.
Hot damn, guys! There's a body.
Vamaris don't care.
Totally good. And then you sort of limp back to the rest of the party.
Yeah,
And, you
I'm
guys are-
definitely wounded. Vamaris
make
took a
some
few hits. He's kind of perched on his quarterstaff, kind of limping
So,
along.
do you look very wounded?
Yes.
Vamaris, I had a question for you.
He nods.
You that last sort of deckhand, he seemed to be surrendering.
Was he?
And you seem to have killed him then.
I don't remember him surrendering.
But it's okay, Charity, because we're allowed to kill people.
As long as we
we
burn.
dispose of the bodies.
You
Yeah.
seem like you got a bit wounded in that process.
He nods.
That's a pity.
He shrugs. He kind of limps after.
As Charity's moving away, you see him sort of pause. A silver feather will sort of float down, and as it touches you, you are healed for 5.
Awesome. I'm back to full.
Try not to kill the ones that surrender.
I will.
As you're doing this, Charity, behind you, you hear a small voice say, "Whoa! That's awesome!"
Do I see a source of that voice?
You turn around, yeah.
Okay.
And, it's a small boy that you recognize, actually. It is Shadif. Shadif is an 8-year-old, one of the Sandkeeper young boys, and his mother is not too far behind him, carrying a few bags. And she sort of comes up then as well and says, "Oh, Charity, yes, he's been talking a lot about you recently. Do you mind if he says hi?"
Of course not. Hello, Shadif.
"Hello, Charity. Did you save him too, like you saved my dad?"
Yes, I saved that one in the mask and the one that the very tall woman is holding.
Hello, hello.
I'm gonna
Oh,
wave with
hi.
Burbage, so kind of waving him in the air.
Hello.
Oh, that one's big. Did you have to save that one, or was that one fine?
Oh, I'm fine, little child man person. I'm totally fine.
Oh, okay, I'm Shadif.
What does your name mean?
Oh, I don't know. That's just what my parents call me.
Vamaris doesn't trust Shadif, and he's looking for bad news.
You are rolling
has
insight
the-
on an 8-year-old?
Seems fair.
He has the innocent honesty of a child. You are quite sure that he is telling the truth.
Vamaris feels that's wrong.
Okay, deep in his soul. No, yeah, but he also says, yeah, no, Charity, thanks. We were just visiting my grandma, and it's okay because she's dead now.
Oh, that's good.
And then we're coming back from that, and so maybe we'll see you later, okay?
Of course, Shadif.
Yeah, so his mother sort of like nods knowingly and is like, "Okay, Shadif, come on, let's go back. Father will be wanting us around." And Shadif sort of turns away and he coughs pretty hard, actually, kind of a little violently a bit. And she puts down her bag actually kind of quickly and sort of rubs his back and feels his forehead. And sort of has a worried look on her face a bit, but she then just kind of picks up her bag and starts to walk
I'm
away.
gonna move towards them. Like, excuse me, ma'am. When did Shadif's cough start?
Oh, just probably today. Just today. He's got a bit of a cold or something.
Shadif, did you notice when you
Yeah.
started coughing?
Coughing? Oh, I probably started coughing. It was just it was after sunup today.
Did anything happen around sunup?
No, I don't think so. That's when we got on the boat, and we just got here. So I don't know. I don't think anything happened.
What boat did you get on?
Oh, we came on the small one, like over there. And he sort of points to, like a one sail sort of skipper, that's parked just over here, on the docks.
And nothing happened on the boat?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay, here,
Why?
just, I like to make sure that everyone is doing well. If I may, ma'am? And I'm kind of indicating that it's I'd like to quickly check him out.
Yeah, and again, you sort of know this family, so you're quite familiar with them, and you did actually save the father of the group. He had a pretty bad illness like almost a year ago, like 6-7 months maybe.
Okay.
So yeah, she absolutely lets you. Yeah, I mean it's a little difficult to tell. I mean you're a little hazy from the fight. You spent all of your sort of healing energies on these fools around you. But definitely he feels warm. He feels real warm.
Vamaris steps forward and he motions toward the child and seems to be asking Charity if it's okay if he checks.
The boy sort of shrinks behind you, Charity.
I'm like,
So what's that one? It's kind of scary.
That one is kind of scary, but I do not think he means you any ill, and you never know. He could find something out that I would not. It is always best to wish for the best in others.
Okay.
Vamaris nods.
Hey, buddy,
That
listen,
nod.
my dad gave me a dagger, okay, so just saying.
See, this is that would have been something that I would have been checking for when I said kid had stuff that was bad.
It's not bad. He's just careful.
He's just defending himself.
The mother says he doesn't have it on him. He's fine. Okay, so Vamaris, yeah, you're sort of looking him over a little bit, and he definitely is warm. He definitely has a fever going. But you notice sort of on the bottom of his left elbow, seems like a pretty severe bite of some sort, like a bug bite. But that seems to be without getting into like a some sort of medical facility. That seems to be everything that's wrong right now.
Vamaris shows the bite to Charity.
Excuse me, ma'am. How long has this been present?
She sort of grabs his arm. Oh, I didn't notice that. When, Shadif, when did you get bit? And he's like, oh, it was when that old woman was talking to us. There was a little spider on my arm, and I think he bit me.
Of course it's a spider. Why wouldn't it be a spider? Sorry, sidebar. When was that, Shadif?
Oh, that was yesterday. That was after my grandma's funeral. She's dead now. It's okay.
It's okay.
Well, it's better than the funeral occurring before she's dead.
What old woman was talking to you, little person, man?
Oh, there's an old woman, and she told my fortune.
Did she now?
She told my mom's fortune. And I saw a little spider. It was kind of cool looking. He was like green and kind of pale at white, and he was neat. He was very neat. But I think he bit me or something.
Did she see the spider?
Are you talking to the mother?
No. To Shadif, asking, did the fortune-telling woman see the spider?
Oh no, I don't think so. No. No,
How
she was
did
busy.
she tell your fortune?
She was busy with cards. She had cards, and she was putting them down. And then with my mom, she unrolled this long bag of spoons or something. That was kind of weird, but
Yeah,
had
that's
like,
kind of weird.
yeah, she was neat. She had like, yeah.
Checking to see if I know offhand any spider that matches that description.
No, yeah, that definitely seems really odd. You don't know of any spider around here. And spiders aren't super plentiful in this area. So you would imagine scorpions or something more, but yeah.
What about me?
Yeah, Vamaris, you know this spider. You know it well.
There's your friend.
I don't know how much to go into there, but you've been thinking of this kind of spider a lot lately.
Yeah.
What, is this like your long lost love or something?
Stormbringer doesn't know what Vamaris is thinking.
I knew a spider once.
She broke my heart.
I was gonna say, and how is this a country song now?
Yeah.
I am gonna say to Shitty's mother, it might be best if you took him to the temple healers or some such, just to ensure that there is nothing seriously wrong with him.
She sort of leans down to Shadif and says, why don't you ask the Goliath woman to see if you weigh more than that little person she's holding. That would be fun. And he goes, oh, okay. Hey, miss, could you pick me up and see if I weigh as much as that little guy?
Of course. And I heft him into the air in my other hand.
Nice.
So I'm holding one in each hand.
So the mother, and her name is Cherry, she puts her bag down and kind of motions over with you to talk to you privately, Charity. And she says, you sort of have that look in your eye. Is this something serious? Should I be worried about this?
I'm bouncing the kid and Burbage up and down while you guys talk, trying to keep the kid distracted.
I was genuinely hoping you were going to juggle them.
I don't think that's a good idea. I dropped them.
I'm going to sort of stop. I do not wish to alarm you, but I do not know. I simply, with one as young as Shadif, am concerned if any such spider has bitten him or any creature has bitten him and he's developed this cough.
Well, I've heard of rashes and I've heard of welts, but a cough from a spider bite, that seems bad.
It seems odd to me, certainly, and that is simply why I would suggest possibly keeping an eye on it.
Vamaris is sort of just listening to this, but he's weighing his options. And finally, he says, do you have anywhere to stay outside of the town?
Well, we could go to my sister's. She's inherited my mother's place again, but we just got back from there.
Where?
Oh, it's about,
Roth?
Yeah. It's outside of Roth. It's not quite to the
Go back.
main city. Why? What is this?
Leave Federo.
I'll allow you to roll a persuasion or intimidation, whichever you're sort of trying for more there.
Both of them. Probably gonna fail.
Let the dice decide.
Oh, that's a
Damn.
good roll.
With that negative one mod.
persuasion. How is that? Aren't you a...
He's a druid.
You let me make my charisma bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
this
right,
is-
I did. Okay. Oops, never mind. Anyway, still a really good roll. She sees the seriousness in your eyes behind the mask. And she says, how serious is this? Do I have time to go home and pack, or should we simply leave on the next boat?
Leave by tonight.
I will trust you, but I'm worried for my son. Is there anything that can be done in the meantime?
Find a doctor once you're there. Vamaris doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't care anymore.
Okay. I will take this into consideration. Thank you both for your help. Shadif, please come along.
Before Shadif gets down, can I do kind of like a magic trick or something on Stormbringer's head to help cheer the kid up?
Yeah.
Sure, like a sleight of hand, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have to do a roll for that?
Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand check to see if
Or
it's any
acrobatics.
good. Or acrobatics if you want to like tumble or something.
I can make you tumble.
I'm gonna go for sleight of hand
miss.
and maybe try to pull some kind of like
Alright.
something out of Stormbringer's hair or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You try to pull something out of her hair and just end up sort of getting stuck in it, having to yank her hair a few times to try to get up.
I'm still
Yeah.
bouncing Burbage and Shadif, so it's like yanking on my hair now as I bounce
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, Shadif thinks it's funny, so he starts pulling on her hair too.
Yeah.
That hurts, little men. Please stop.
The mother goes, Shadif, stop it. Come
Little
down now.
Shadif person, what did the fortune teller say your fortune was before you leave?
Oh, she said something like, that I was gonna be like a bright star, someday.
Oh, that sounds good. And I'll set him
Right?
gently on the
Yeah.
ground.
Well,
I think
Vamaris
it's gonna be
freezes. What did you just say?
Vamaris, do you have seawater in your ears? He said he's going to be a bright star someday.
good. Yeah, that's what the fortune teller said to me. She seemed nice.
Mm-hmm. And he kind
She
of
told him-
returns to his thoughts.
He's like walking back to his mother. Then he's like, I'm sorry, Mom, that she didn't give you a nice one.
What did she give your mother?
Her mother's like, no, don't worry about it. We'll talk to you later.
No, wait. I'm curious. I love fortunes, and
well,
magic.
Please, no offense, but I don't know you. This is sort of a private matter. I think she was foretelling. She told of a death in my family, very very close to me. I mean, my grandmother had just died, or my mother had just died. Sorry. So I think she was probably talking about that, which made me think she's for real. But it's still very painful the way she sort of said it. So if you don't mind, I'd rather keep that in the family. Come,
Oh, I
Chief.
completely understand.
I'm
I understand that you all have concerns about death. It's okay though. It's not a thing. And I'll clap her on the back. I'm obviously trying to comfort her.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to pass her a couple of gold pieces and say, take him to a doctor once you're out.
Oh, okay. Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Charity. We won't forget this.
can I get down from Stormbringer and kind of
If you want to.
reluctantly, but kind of like annoyedly give them one of my gold pieces too, because I like this kid.
Yeah, I'll set you down.
Absolutely,
Thanks.
yeah. Take those from your inventory, and they will sort of bow and nod very graciously as they exit further north.
Yeah, good luck, kid.
Thank you. You too. Excellent.
Thanks, I'm gonna need it.
You ain't wrong.
Okay, so you sort of, or where are you going now, group?
Find
What time of day is it?
find
at this
Meepus.
point?
Yeah, it's about like 1 in the afternoon, about 1:30,
And what time was it when we met with Ponway?
just a little before noon.
Okay. So we haven't burned that much time. Yeah, then let's go find Meepus.
Excellent. Yeah. So you sort of walk back to that alley that he was in, and he's gone. He's not there. At the
So
moment.
we'll go to the Winking Mast, which is, I think, the other place that I told him to be.
Great. Yeah. Yeah. So you go to the Winking Mast. What is the order in which you enter the Winking Mast? What? It's fine. Just tell me your order.
Yeah, it's a totally normal question to ask when we're walking into buildings.
Who goes first?
To resolve this via roleplay, probably what would have happened was we would have gotten to the alley, and then Charity would have said, I did tell him to go to the Winking Mast if he decided to be somewhere other than this alley sobbing. So I Charity certainly wouldn't have insisted on taking the lead or anything. It would have just been the suggestion of let's go there next.
I might have been first just because I tend to outpace all the short people.
It's probably you first, then me, like sort of jogging behind you.
I think Burbage is going in last.
All right. Nope. Sounds good. So Burbage, as everyone else sort of moves in to this again ruckus and noisy place, you believe that sort of out of the corner of your eye, you saw someone like around the corner of the Winking Mast, sort of staring at you guys, and then it sort of vanished back. But it was out of the corner of your eye, and you're not really sure.
I'd like to investigate that.
Please, so you go over to the corner of the building and sort of look in the alley. Give me a perception check.
Okay, hold on 1 sec.
You don't see anyone in the alley, anything at all.
Creepy. And I go into the Winking Mast.
Sounds good. All right, so you walk on into the Winking Mast. Again, ruckus. There's a decent amount of music, I think.
Oh, that's what we were missing.
Please be the Star Wars.
There we go.
Here we go.
Okay.
I can confirm there is music.
There is music. Okay. There's a decent amount of music. There's a small band in the corner again, a fiddler. This again large, rotund dragonborn behind the bar, and he seems busier than ever. He's just pouring, ales and sliding them across the bar. And he sort of sees everyone come in again, and he locks eyes with the Goliath Stormbringer first, and he says, "Oh, my friends, what can I do for you?"
We're looking for Meepus.
Oh, yeah, Meepus, yeah, he came in. He was with that one bloke. They probably went in the back. You could probably find them back there. Can I get you anything to drink, though? You need something to drink, love.
What bloke?
Anything?
I don't need something to drink. I'm okay.
No, you're fine. Okay. All right. Well, find your Meepus and maybe leave room for paying customers, huh?
I was gonna say.
Sure.
So two things. One, what bloke was he with?
Oh, he's with that Arbin fellow.
Arbin. Okay. And second, could I get a drink?
Yeah, of course. What do you want?
I don't know. Something very strong. Something that could sort of disinfect wounds, maybe?
Wow.
Remove varnish?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No. You want Hot Toots whiskey?
That sounds about right, yes.
How much you want? Just, you want a shot? You want a mug? You want the bottle?
I'm gonna sort of look around for a second. Probably just a shot will be fine, thank you.
A shot, yeah, no problem. Go ahead, that'll be 1 silver.
Okay, and I'll pay him that. I'm gonna take it, turn around, and immediately splash it on Burbage, where I saw him get hit by the sword.
Hey! What are you doing?
The rot is nothing to laugh at. You'll thank me in the long run.
Yeah, the Charity is right. Getting, infections isn't a fun thing.
So Burbage now smells of seawater, pickles, and whiskey. Neither one has
Yeah,
really
he
drowned out
reeks.
the other. It's basically just a combination of the three.
So he smells like an alcohol brining factory?
Yes.
Okay.
This is it.
Did the healing spell not also make me smell better?
No, it did not.
Just sobered you up.
It just sobered you up a bit
And healed your wounds.
and healed your wounds, of course. Yes.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I would sort of tap Stormbringer on the back and point towards the back room.
Yes, let's go see if we can find this Meepus. And I'm going to start, walking rather briskly towards the back room.
I'm going to be following
Excellent.
right behind her, assuming she's parting the crowds.
Vamaris is
Yeah.
too.
Nice. Yeah, Stormbringer is sort of moving people out of the way. Not like in a forceful, aggressive way, just by the sheer size of her. And you get to the door, and the door swings open right before you get there. And out walks this half-elven man who literally runs straight into you, Stormbringer. And he goes, "Oh, sorry about that, love."
Oh, you're fine.
pardon
You're
me?
fine. I can't be hurt by tiny little people like you. It's okay.
There's something about you. I kind of like that.
Oh, thank you.
So what's your name?
I am Vithi Stormbringer Nola Kulane, but you can call me Stormbringer.
Oh, can I call you Vithi?
No,
I want to call you Vithi. All
you
right,
cannot
have a
call
good
me
day.
Vithi, little man.
See you later, Vithi. And he sort of
It's not my
strides-
name. Well, it
He
is my name.
strides beyond you, the four of you.
I look rather perturbed.
Yeah, you do when you look after him. He's very handsome. He only has very very slight elven features. Just a bit of a point of the ear,
Does he
under
look
sort
strong?
of shaggy brown hair. He looks fairly strong.
Like strong for an elf or strong?
Strong for an elf, maybe.
Yeah, not really my type.
Yeah, and he has tattoos, sort of just peeking underneath his clothing, above his neckline, underneath his sleeves, that sort of thing.
What type of tattoos?
Give me a perception check. You couldn't really tell. It was difficult to see, but something sort of a knotwork design, you think? You
Okay.
couldn't really make anything out, nor did you recognize really anything.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go into the room now.
Excellent. Yeah, you four then walk into the room, and sort of on a bench next to several barrels of ale. Meepus seems to just kind of be, sitting there, his head down, his cloak sort of covering his face a bit.
Meepus! And I'm gonna clap him on the back.
Excellent. He goes, oh, sorry, he scared me. Hey, what's going on?
We rescued your ship.
You got her back?
Yes.
Yes, assuming that by
Oh.
her you mean your ship.
Oh, wait, what? No, not my ship. No. You got like her, right?
Oh,
Yes,
God.
assuming that by her you mean your ship.
No.
I don't think he means a ship.
Wait. So are they gone? Are they just no one's on the ship? And
We didn't check the ship
Well, we didn't
itself.
check.
We fought off Milo's gang.
Okay. And he sort of like moves past you and starts to run out of the place.
After
Sorry,
him.
excuse me. I gotta go check. And he's small. He's this kind of large dwarven man, kind of bouncing through the crowd now of the tavern.
I'm gonna take off after him.
Yeah, I'll follow too. I look confused. and
also-
a little upset.
Also, this is the same tavern we were in before, right?
Yes, the winking mast.
Okay, just to give us a slight advantage, just as he gets to the door,
Yes. Hello.
slam the doors.
You slam them before, like before he gets to him.
Yeah.
Or?
Just to give us a second to catch up so that he has to open the door again.
Yeah. Oh, no problem. Yeah. You slam them shut. A bit of, a few people sort of look, and the bartender says, oh, none of that again. All right. Well, I mean, I'll let it slide this time because you bought some whiskey, but come on now.
Thank you.
As
So he
we're
does stop a second and having to open the door. So you've all caught up with him. He's not getting out of your
as
sight.
we're running through and following him, can I look around and see if that handsome elvish feller is still in the bar? Because I kind of found him very handsome as he was
Certainly,
walking
yeah.
in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, you. He sort of is watching you. All of you sort of rush out, and he's got a drink, and he's talking to a few people in the corner of the bar. And as you all pass by, he kind of gives you a wink.
Ooh, I wink back.
Nice. And then rush out into the open air. Very nice. So again, it's hot. It's really, really hot, and every time you sort of come out into the sun, it's this beating down oppressiveness. But you're just running now through the streets, trying to follow this dwarven man as he gets to the docks. He sort of gets to the docks again. He kind of stops for a moment and sees the blood on the docks, the body still floating in the water, and he rushes up the gangplank to his ship, and he's like kind of looking around very quickly, and as you're running up too, you see him sort of knocking on the like mast, and then like on some of the railings and stuff like that. And then you see him sort of rush into the captain's quarters and out of sight.
I'll probably go get on the ship.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Same.
Sure, why not?
Excellent. And he then bursts out of the captain's quarters and just runs up to you and just hugs you, Charity. Just sort of really hugs you strongly around the waist. And he's like, oh God, thank you so much.
Okay.
Oh, the
Okay,
short
this
man
is fine.
happy.
Yes, he's very happy.
Of course.
He's-
I'm ecstatic. I'm just ecstatic. Oh, I couldn't.
Who was
Because we
her?
saved your ship?
Because you saved my ship. Thank God. She's a beauty, isn't she? My ship. So, yeah. And why don't two of you give me perception checks?
I was doing an
whichever
insight
two.
roll on what he
That's fine.
said.
So maybe two more people give me perception checks.
I can do a perception check.
And he's not oh God. Yes.
Great, that's what we like to see.
Okay. He doesn't seem to be lying or anything. He's just he's really happy, and he made a weird statement earlier, but it seems like the her was the ship and stuff. So that's kind of weird, but
That's better. Good.
all right. Stormbringer. Again, how we do critical fails is either I tell you something that's completely accurate or completely false. Either way, this is what your character believes. You're pretty sure that you saw like a face kind of looking at you from the mast itself, from the wood of the mast. Like there's a face in the wood.
Okay.
And as you sort of like tilt your head and are staring at it, like, I mean, it's weird, but there is kind of a face, like not carved into the wood, but just the wood itself, kind of where the knots in the
Like
wood
the
are
grain and stuff.
Yeah, it has a weird sort of face quality to it.
Okay. I'm gonna get closer to the mast and be like putting my face like almost right up against the mast, trying to figure out if I actually like can find another face.
Right. Yeah. So you're doing that. And Burbage, you're looking around. You see basically this ship doesn't seem to have any like real cargo on it. There are some like weird looking kind of tall boxes that come up about 3.5 or so feet. And they're basically just made of like logs and twigs. So you're not exactly sure. That's just like the only sort of cargo you see on the top deck here. And you can see a little bit into the captain's quarters, and it seems to be very clean and very sort of kept up. And you also notice that the sails have leaves sort of. You first thought that they might have been sewn into the fabric itself, but it almost looks like they're growing and sort of in vines hanging down from the masts. But that's what the ship looks like. Yeah.
Can I? I mean, can I investigate the captain's quarters more closely?
You can try to sneak in there if you'd like without him noticing, or you can just walk in. Whatever you want to do.
That's where he went into the captain's quarters, right?
He did, and then he came out to greet everyone. Yeah.
I'd like to just kind of walk in.
Just sort of walk on in. Yeah. He definitely sort of stops you and says, "Hey, where are you going? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm grateful, but those are my own private quarters. You could stay out of them, please."
Oh, I should have snuck in.
Is there anyone standing like right by me? Like is Vamaris still standing by Stormbringer?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna whisper to Vamaris while poking where I saw the face and say, "Vamaris, I think there might be a person inside the ship." Poking the mast as I say it.
Vamaris. He nature checks the ship.
Yeah, you get a sense that this is a ship made of like old sturdy wood, and it's wood that's just not found in this part of the world. It's much more north. So
It looks absolutely normal.
Yeah, it looks like a normal ship. You don't get any feeling really of nature, magical energy or anything like that. Though again, the wood boxes in the corner look weird. They almost look like they wouldn't hold anything because they're kind of just put together with twigs and trunks. But
he kind of leans forward and he whispers back to Stormbringer, "I think you're right."
Oh man.
God.
I'm gonna kind of start knocking on the mast now where I thought I saw the face. Do you think we need to get her out?
oh hey, Miss the big one, please, you don't need to knock on my ship a lot. What is it that I can do for you now?
But I think
I don't want to seem ungrateful, but why are you guys poking
we need to
around
go
on my
find
ship?
the weird island, and I think you have someone living inside your ship. I say as I'm knocking on it.
Yeah. You see him get like visibly like cold and weirded out, and he says, again, thank you for what you've done, but please get off my ship.
Ponway requested
take
that
us.
you take us to this island that has appeared.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
the weird island.
Ponway wants me to take you to that island that appeared.
Yes.
Yes.
Does he know that no one has gotten near it?
He mentioned
Yes.
that. He
What is
seemed
he-
to think you'd
what?
be able to do it.
And he puts his head in his hands and he says, I mean, how long have you known Ponway? The four of you?
Several years?
So, do you know what I mean when I say that you can't say no to him? It's not a threatening thing. It's just that he finds ways to weasel into your life so much that you just can't say no. Do you know what I mean?
Vamaris finds himself nodding along.
Yeah, okay. So, oh man. Okay, so here's the deal. Everyone stays on the top deck. Quit knocking on my ship.
Okay.
We'll get underway. The next wind out, which I've already paid for, that's gonna be in like 20 minutes probably. So why don't you just make yourselves comfortable? Do you have everything you need? Do you need any supplies or anything?
I think we're okay. I'm okay.
I'm assuming I'm carrying basically all of my possessions, so
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
great.
gonna- I'm gonna
Yeah.
step away from the mast but before I step away, I'm going to whisper to it, I'm watching you.
Excellent. Yeah.
Ken, while they were talking to Meepus, is there any chance I could have investigated those weird boxes?
Yeah. No. Totally. Yeah. Give me an investigation check.
It is not a night for great rolls.
Yeah. I mean, you sort of go over and sort of kind of jiggle them a little bit, and Meepus comes over. What did I just say? Stop! Would you stop? Can you just
I'm just staring at the mast now, kind of looking freaked out.
I'm
But I'm
going to
staring
go
at it.
sit down in a place that's relatively shaded and I feel is out of the way of any activity that would need to happen on deck and just sort of start resting.
Yeah, speaking of sitting, do we have time for a short rest? I mean, could we start one, and then if something happens while the boat has started moving, then obviously it wouldn't work.
100%. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's getting the anchor up, which he doesn't seem to need help with it. He's quite strong. And you don't even know exactly how, but the sails have lowered at this point. He must have had some sort of mechanism back by the anchor. It almost as if he could sail the ship by himself, and it's a fairly large ship. So that's a little weird, but you're just sitting on the deck, kind of making yourselves comfortable. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a short rest as the winds pick up and you are launched from the docks out into the water again.
Awesome. I'm not going to use my hit dice because I didn't take that much damage, but I don't know how other people are feeling.
I think I healed everyone else to full.
Okay, so this is mostly
Yeah.
so you can get your spell slots back.
Slot. Singular.
Slot, right, because we're level 1. Yay, we're gonna die.
Excellent. I'll sort of be moving this, which is going to be the party's sort of tracker around. So if you can see that it's moving around.
Oh,
This is
there we go.
This is where you guys are, and this seems to be your destination right around here.
Okay.
Awesome.
But now it seems like you have several hours to do whatever you'd like. He does say it's going to be a while before we get to the island. And he does seem very nervous about it, but he's working on it in his own way. So what would you guys like to do?
I'm just staring at the mast like this whole time. It's really kind of unsettling at a point.
Have you
because
blinked?
I haven't looked. I mean, I blink, but like not as often as people should blink. You know, like I'm used to keeping watch, and I'm just fixed on the mast.
I'm gonna go over to Vamaris and say, what did you know about that spider?
Vamaris kind of wobbles. As if he doesn't feel too good.
You okay there? Are you quite alright?
And he just stares back at Charity. And then he leans over to the side and he kind of moves his mask slightly out of the way and he just unleashes.
Oh dear.
And then he kind of comes back and he's like, What?
The spider that Shadith described.
Oh. It's not good.
I had figured that much. You seem perhaps reticent to speak too much of it, but could it have caused the symptoms that he was experiencing, the cough, etc.?
Seems likely.
And are there any other symptoms or signs?
Not that I'm aware of. Just... He glances and looks at Stormbringer staring at the mast. What's Burbage doing?
I've been just kind of wandering around. I'd like to go up to Stormbringer, and when Vamaris kind of leaned over and had his little bout of nausea, I'd like to say to Stormbringer, "Hey, Vamaris, more like Maldemaris." Maldemare.
I don't know what you mean, little man. Don't distract me. I'm busy.
I'd like to. Can I? Burbage is really interested in why Stormbringer didn't laugh harder at his joke, and two, what exactly she's interested in about this mask. Can I investigate this mast?
Oh, sure, please. Yeah, the mast that she's staring at. Yeah, you walk up to it and give me an investigation roll. Yeah, I mean it's solid, strong wood. There are like no cracks in it, even though it's quite worn. It's a wood that you've never quite seen before in your life. But it probably some sort of oak. And other than that, yeah, it's just fine craftsmanship.
Cool.
And you do see like the two knots. If she points it out, you can see like the two knots for eyes. And there is a bit of what looks like a face in the grain, but...
Sure. Okay, I look at the mast a bit. I look at Stormbringer. I look at the mast. I look back at Stormbringer. And I say to her, I kind of nudge her and I say, "Hey, maybe you should try winking at it. Because the bar was called the Winking Mast."
That's true.
Give it a little wink.
Yes, and then wink really, really obviously at it.
Yeah.
Burbage is very entertained by this.
Does
Okay,
Master
while-
do anything?
Did you see anything? Did it wink back? Did it wink back?
Seem to wink back. No.
Stormbringer.
It didn't
Keep
wink back,
winking
but I'll
until it-
keep trying.
Yeah, keep it up. Maybe
So now I'm gonna
switch
stand and
eyes.
fixedly
Alternate.
stare at it while winking.
Yeah, alternate eyes a bit. Yeah, that's it. I wander
you
back
two are
away.
preoccupied.
Yeah.
Yes, we're preoccupied.
Yeah.
Okay. Vamaris begins to speak Infernal. How will this
Neat.
work?
Do you want to have a conversation that only you and Charity know about?
Basically.
If Burbage and Stormbringer could hop off for a second, then
Yep, I'll mute myself.
let's have a conversation.
Message on
Alright.
Discord when we can come
And
back.
yeah, we'll Discord you and to come
I'll,
back.
Go ahead and mute myself too.
Thank you, Burbage. Please continue.
Just a second. He's only muted, not deafened.
Adam, deafen yourself. Don't mute.
There we go.
There you go. Okay.
Vamaris explains. Well, I guess I can just do it. I've had a vision. That spider is a sign.
It's not a good sign, is it? Also, I should point out that Infernal is a very like harsh, guttural language. Somehow Charity manages to make it this very soft, polite-sounding language.
Aw,
Beautiful.
nice.
He also appears to have invented various words for like please and thank you.
Wait. Okay. Where were we?
Yeah, so you've had a vision, and it's not a good vision, and the spider is part of that vision.
Yes. Green and pale. Same spider.
Okay.
And Vamaris steeples his fingers with his staff kind of pressed to his palm as he's leaning on it. And he doesn't seem to understand what it means, but he's finally revealed a little bit.
Thank you for sharing this. Does the vision have something to do with Federo? You seemed to tell Shadif and Cherry to flee the city by nightfall.
Yeah. I fear this may involve all of Federo. I fear that should we fail, everything about Federo will be erased.
So, Andy,
Yeah.
based on my med check on the boy and sort of my med checks on myself, did I sense that his cough was similar to mine?
Yours seems much more dry, and his seems much more congested.
Okay, so I wouldn't necessarily, I wouldn't
feels
feel like it's the
different
same
to you.
symptom. Okay,
Right.
okay.
It should also be noted that Vamaris is definitely holding something back.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. And also, something sort of strikes both of you at the same time. The portrait of Ponway that was in the Temple of Rin, that was drawn by like a kid, it looked like, right? You do recall a spider being depicted on a giant white boulder, and that spider was green.
yeah.
Hmm.
The name of the boy who painted that.
Yes, it was Kiv Tottenrow,
Okay.
age 7.
Vamaris probably doesn't remember that.
It's funny. Charity might.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say thank you for sharing that, and thank you for giving them the advice to get out of Federo. I hope that it is able to save them.
Me too. But Vamaris kind of shrugs.
It is all we can do.
Vamaris nods. And that's the end of the conversation, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, unless you have anything else.
Nah, I wouldn't have anything to add.
Yeah, it wasn't too important.
Gotcha. Excellent.
All right, I'm back.
I'm back too. What did you guys say?
You have no idea because it
A
was
bunch of gross sounding words.
Yeah, it was.
Except
Can I
from
make-
Charity, it was a little more like.
Can I make a check to see if, while I was really fixed on the mast, I might have noticed
Yeah.
that they were speaking to each other in a different language?
Yeah. Excuse me.
It's a cough.
Getting the cough. You don't need to. They I don't know if they were being quiet. I think they
Okay.
were just being in a different language.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
You would notice.
yeah, it wasn't speaking loudly, but Charity certainly, unless Vamaris
weren't
was
whispering?
whispering, Charity wasn't whispering.
Okay.
Yeah, Vamaris wasn't whispering. He was just kind of talking.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You are again, Charity, surprised a little bit by anyone speaking Infernal, but especially this sort of slight, elven-featured, masked person.
Does anything really surprise me?
Indeed.
So yeah, at this, I'm probably going to think about what Vamaris said, and then kind of notice almost for the first time that Stormbringer is still staring at the mask and now appears to be suffering from some sort of like facial seizure.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it repeatedly.
And at this, yeah, but I'm sorry, I'm kind of imagining that Stormbringer is not good at winking.
No.
Like
yeah.
I'm picturing like the entire side of your face scrunches up.
Yeah, it's like really obvious winks, like a huge
Huge stage
you know?
wink.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna sort of walk up to you. Are you quite all right? your face appears to be twitching.
Yes, I'm trying to get the ship to talk to me again. Little demon man thing.
I'm a charity.
Yes. Sorry, you're a charity. I'm sorry, little charity. I'm trying to get the ship to talk to me again. Burbage pointed out that we were at the winking mast, and this is a mast, so maybe if I wink at it, it will respond, right?
But
and I keep winking.
It's a winking mast, not a mast that is winked at.
Oh. And I'm gonna get this really kind of sad look on my face and stop winking. That's a good point.
I'm going to. So you.
I'm gonna gasp and start winking at it again, really rapidly.
So. Why are you winking at the mast?
Did you see that? Didn't you see that? It's a winking mast, and I think it winked. And it spoke to me before, I think, and there was a face? This ship is a person, or has a person. Living in the mast.
Pardon me. I'm gonna sort of stand on tiptoe and attempt to put my forehead, or my hand on your forehead to see if you have a fever.
What are you doing, little charity?
You just
How tall are you? Can you even reach my forehead?
I'm like 5'5", so yeah, I should be able to if I went up on tiptoe.
Yeah.
It's a stretch. I'm sort of getting my fingertips up there. I'm like, it is my job as the charity to ensure that everyone is healthy, and I just no reason wanted to check on you.
Well, all right, but don't disrupt my winking. I'm gonna keep winking at the mast.
I sort of sidestep, like by half a step, so I can still reach, but I'm not between her and the mast. Does she seem to have a fever or anything?
She does not. No.
Okay.
Yeah, not that you can tell immediately.
I'm gonna say, okay. Sort of reviewing symptoms in my mind. Okay. No. Incurable. No.
Charity,
Incurable.
little charity.
Yes?
Charity. If you wink at it, maybe you'll see it wink too. It's a person.
Oh.
Or has a person.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm gonna turn around and like look like I'm going to make a big show of winking, and do that. Do I sense anything magical?
You start to like really kind of hone in and start to look for the very common signs of magic that you're used to, especially magic imbued in objects. And man, there's nothing that you can think of that seems magical about this at all.
Okay. I'll finish one wink and sort of look at the face.
Yeah. I mean, it's barely a face.
Yeah, but the thing that she pointed out to me is a face.
It is a wonky nosed, two knotted thing that could be a face if you were drunk, perhaps.
I'd just like to say that Burbage has been catching all of this out of the corner of his eye, and he's getting a real kick out of it.
Yeah. Burbage, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I think that's my least favorite check to have called for. That's not a saving throw.
Yeah. Cool, carry on.
Well, okay, well that's...
Okay.
Oh, God. But I was going to ask, does any of us know where Meepus is right now?
He's up on the helm. Yeah, he's sort of staring over the whole ship.
The helm, huh?
Yeah.
Can I try to sneak into the captain's quarters?
You certainly can try, yeah. Yeah. He's got a good vantage point, so it'll be a little hard without like a distraction or something.
I was like, if he's he's on top of the aft castle, so you're basically going to be like walking under him.
Under him, yeah.
Look, I have faith in myself. This is a stealth roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Maybe you time it with Vamaris throwing up.
Yeah,
Still throwing up sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
I like that.
He's
Yeah, maybe
really not feeling it.
Oh.
maybe I told Vamaris like, hey, go. I think probably Meepus might have some kind of cure for seasickness. You could go ask him for something that you could take, like maybe some onions or like some kind of wood to chew on.
Vamaris
Maybe you could
nods
go
like,
ask
yeah.
All
And,
right.
Yeah. He gives you a
Okay.
thumbs up.
Okay, cool. So then I time my stealth, my sneaking for when Vamaris is talking to Meepus. All right, I'm gonna roll.
All right.
Good roll.
I saw the
That's
one
good.
rolling around, and
I
I'm
know,
like,
So
there we go.
No, it's beautiful. Yeah, you sort of deftly move behind some of these like weird crates, and then as soon as Vamaris is talking to him, you dash over to the door of the captain's quarters. And you're pretty sure you could just open it without him noticing now, because he definitely doesn't have an angle on you.
nice. Okay, do I open it?
I mean, do you try to open it?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's locked.
Can I try to pick that lock?
You certainly can. Yeah, to roll thieves' tools proficiency. So that'll be kind of lower left in your character sheet. Nice. Yeah, you are an expert at thieves' tools. This is kind of what you do. Let's just face it, you're not great at crime, Burbage. You're not great. You've been caught several times. You're not great at it. However, picking locks seems to be your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
You're definitely able to do this pretty quickly and quietly. It's now unlocked.
Nice. I very suavely open the door and slip right
Yeah.
in.
You sort of push that door open, and then someone from behind it shoves it back shut very quickly.
Oh, that's startling.
Yes. It made a bit of a slam, but you are quiet for a second. And Vamaris, you're now talking to Meepus, and he says, I don't get seasick, so I don't carry that sort of stuff around. You could try drinking some salt water or something, okay? I don't know.
That's terrible advice.
From
Are you sure?
from the lower deck, you're going to hear
don't
Charity.
really know.
That is very bad advice. Don't
Just
do
go back
that.
to your friends. Go back to your friends. And then each of you in turn, I want you to imagine a cinematic scene where we close up on each one of you as a very chilly wind all of a sudden rushes in on you. And this again is midday. You're heading south. It should be getting hotter.
Would you
And a
say
chilly
we
wind.
freeze?
Ugh.
In a manner of speaking,
Oh, God.
But
you stop what you're doing.
Ooh.
Stormbringer just looks like she's distracted from the mast now, and she just has this, like, the happiest smile you've seen on her face because the cold breeze reminds her of home, and she's not going through her head that it's unnatural, so she's just really
Absolutely.
happy.
I'm also going to picture you now smiling widely and like staring up at the sky, sort of fixatedly
Yeah.
with your face not moving, but still like halfway into one of these winks.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
Ah.
Burbage has a moment where he was like really startled by this. Whoever's on the other side of this door, he was like about to try to open it again. He's like kind of like peering like at this door, like confused about that. And then the chill comes, and there's this nice close up on Burbage where he like kind of turns his face around and looks over his shoulder and feels the chill and kind of like kind of shivers, puts his arms like around himself to try to keep warm or something, something cool and dramatic like that. Okay, just imagine it.
Excellent. Just imagine it. Audience, do the work there.
Do the heavy lifting.
Because I clearly did not.
The moment passes also very quickly, and while the wind fills the sails and definitely the ship itself even moves a little bit quicker, the cold wind seems to be gone, and I mean this was colder even than the other night, and it's during the day.
At this, Church's gonna go, did everyone else feel that?
Yeah, yeah. I did. Did everyone else? Yeah, got kind of cold just now. Got kind of chilly.
Wasn't it nice?
Yeah, Meepus is like looking like around, and he like runs over to the side of the boat and is looking down into the water, and then runs to the other side of the boat and looks down into the water.
How close is the island?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Oh, okay.
See if you can see.
I found.
You know what? You don't see it yet.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it without a spyglass, with your naked eye, you're on sea level, obviously. You really don't see the island at this point.
So I'm going to sort of look at Meepus as running by forth. Meepus, is everything okay?
Yeah, that was weird. Did you guys feel that?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
wasn't
why
it
I
wonderful?
asked.
Yeah.
Is that normal on the sea?
Listen, lady, you got some different idea of wonderful, because I mean, that shouldn't happen. I'm a fucking sailor. I know what winds out here are doing.
Hey, it's not up to you what the wind does. You don't control the
You-
wind. And I'm
I'm
getting
just
really
saying.
stern and angry with
Nice.
him.
Vamaris just stares at him and is like, "You gave me the worst advice."
That's okay. Well, that's maybe because I don't really like you. But the wind, that was
Wow.
weird.
Oh.
That was weird. Wind shouldn't just do that like that, especially around here.
Yeah, you know what else shouldn't happen? Captain's quarters doors shouldn't just close themselves like it just did.
He sort of runs to the front of the aft castle, now at the railing, leaning over. So now he's sort of looking down on you at his captain's quarters.
Yeah, that's right. I know you got
What if-
someone
Oh,
held
God.
captive in there. Hey, guys, there's somebody else on this boat.
No, you don't understand, Burbage. The boat is somebody.
Yeah, whatever, but whatever it is, I think somebody's in there trying to maybe get out or something.
Maybe the boat just didn't want you opening doors.
Yeah,
Look,
maybe.
I don't have any. Oh, God damn it! I don't have anyone in here. Can everyone just go back to where they were? I'm just transferring you to this island here. Let's just.
Hey, Meepus, you know,
Let's just
I
get
gotta
through this.
say, what happened to you? You used to be cool. Back in the alley, when you were crying, and I came over and I hugged you, which,
well.
by the way, I'm not somebody who hugs a lot. I just happened to be very drunk at the time, and also very much excessively losing blood. And when
Okay,
that combination of things
you are
makes me hug
talking-
people. But, you know,
are talking like an insane person. I was not crying in an alley. You did
Well,
not
you
hug
were.
me.
We all saw
Okay,
that.
Weird.
we all were there. Now you're talking like a crazy person. You're crazy, and I'm the sane one, which I don't get to say very often.
Oh, Charity, this is unnerving. He sort of believes this. That he was not crying in an alley.
I'm going to, like, whisper to Vamaris that he actually thinks that. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, Vamaris, yeah. No.
I give a really
No,
stern.
you get it.
yeah,
You
no.
get exactly what's going on here. This is a fucking doppelganger. This is something that looks like Meepus, but isn't. You get it, man. You just get it. It all comes into crystal focus for you.
Vamaris kind of grips his quarterstaff, and he's unsure of what to make of this.
All right. So Meepus rushes down, after he puts like sort of a little rope noose around the helm just to keep going straight. He rushes down to the captain's quarters and then says, "Look, okay, I'll open the door. and no one will be in my captain's quarters. And
Okay,
he's,
you're
like saying that oddly loudly.
yeah, you're clearly saying that so that whoever's in there is gonna hide. We're not
Shut up.
idiots.
Shut up, you are, okay?
Oh, what?
How is Meepus Andy?
He unlocks, he unlocks the door and slowly sort of opens it. And he goes, "See?
I
no
rush.
one's in here."
Can I rush and just kind of like push the door and run in?
Of course, yeah, yep, absolutely. You just rush past him and burst into the room. It again, it's a very nice, clean room, captain's quarters. He's got a lot of scrolls sort of tied up and laying on the floor, up against the wall. He's got a nice large desk where his current map is laid out. He has a bed in the corner. He's got a chest behind the bed. And he then he also has some sort of curtains kind of peeled back a little bit so that a little bit of glass will show the rear of the boat, the aft. It's quite nice.
Clean, almost too clean.
Yeah, it's
I
clean. See,
I want
no one's in
to
here.
I want to. Can I do some kind of like a perception or investigation check to see if I can see any
Certainly.
like feet behind drapes or something? You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep. Give me a perception would just be like looking around the room. Investigation would be like kind of going through stuff. Perception would include like smells or hearing as well.
I think I'll do. Well, I think I'll do.
Look through his shit.
All right. Okay, that's all I needed. I'm gonna try. To...
That's the push he needed.
You're gonna what? Roll, yeah, roll whichever you like. Yeah, you start kind of going through stuff. You pull the covers off the bed real quick. You sort of like kind of poke at the curtains to see if someone's behind them. And you're sort of your eyes going over different things. You're also just naturally looking at the chest behind the bed.
Yeah, definitely.
And the chest definitely has a pretty large locking mechanism on it. But other than that, it just looks tempting. And you don't find any evidence of someone in here.
All right, guys, nothing to see here. I think he's clean.
I told you,
That's
yeah.
because the boat
I'm a
is
clean
a
person.
Vamaris, meanwhile, has not taken his eyes off of Meepus. He's just like, this doppelganger.
So Meepus,
Yeah.
what were you doing before we met with you at the bar?
I mean, I was looking for someone to get my boat back. I was asking around for people. I asked you guys, hey, could you go get my boat, please?
Where
I
did you
wasn't,
ask us?
Bobbing. We're outside the Winking Mast. What's with the... Are you writing a book?
Well,
And he kind of like muscles up on you a little bit, and he's like, because I'd like to read that book.
okay.
Stormbringer's going
Once-
to notice what he's doing.
I'd like to read that book. Are you writing a book? I'd like to read that.
And
I've written-
I'm just going to
I
put my hand in his face and push him back from Charity.
Incidentally, completely earnestly, Charity's going to continue. I've written several minor treatises on healing herbs found in the area of Federo,
Oh,
and
God.
one on how to combine them with seawater for healing poultices.
Don't get in the Charity's personal space. The Charity wrote a lot of good books.
All right, fine, okay, yeah. Let's just come
I-
on. I mean, we're almost there, guys. Let's just.
I don't
keep
have
going.
copies of them, but I'd be pleased to provide you with some so you could read them.
That's sweet. All right, I'm gonna go steer the boat.
Can
Since
I?
Meepus is walking off, I'm going to start the masts some more.
I'd like to go up to Vamaris and ask him because I maybe saw him like looking so oddly at Meepus. I'd like to ask Vamaris like, "Hey, what do you think's going on?"
I think our Meepus might be a doppelganger.
Hey guys, Vamaris thinks Meepus is a doppelganger. Hey Meepus, get back down here. Or should I say, Facus?
I was really hoping for Doppelmeepus.
Ooh, yeah, that would be good.
No, I'm not coming back. I need to steer the boat. All right. Can we
All right,
just-
then we'll come to you. Come on,
That's
guys.
fine, whatever.
Let's
I'm
go
not,
confront
no, I have
Meepus.
to watch the mast. I'm staying
Okay,
here.
listen, Stormbringer, it's just a mast, and I was just fucking with you about the
No,
winged
you
mast.
don't understand, Burbage.
I'm gonna sort of
At me.
I'm gonna sort of politely call up at Meepus. Just one other question. Who was the man that you were meeting with before we came back to you to tell you that we'd secured the ship?
Oh, yes, the rude man.
That was Arbin.
Who
Arbin
is?
Loy. None of your business. He's a friend of mine.
Fair enough.
This
enough.
Meepus guy. That's all I got.
Jared will be like, okay, seems fair.
All right.
Hey, Meepus, does Arbin happen to like halflings?
Are you asking me if Arbin is into halflings?
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I just asked you.
I don't know.
The real Meepus would have known. Let's get him!
No, let's not.
I have to watch the mast.
Oh, God. Are we at the island yet? Because this is exhausting.
You can do a perception check.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a perception check.
Okay. You look out. God damn it. Who's there yet? You look out over the ocean. You don't see the island.
But I
But
do see...
Cthulhu.
you do see another ship. A bit smoky,
Oh,
Oh
God.
dear.
leaving a trail of smoke behind it. That seems to seems to be ahead of you in a much closer distance than like you noticed 10 minutes ago. Like when you looked out over the ocean, you did not see this ship, and now all of a sudden you kind of see it not far. Well, I mean, like a few miles out.
Is it like it's like ahead of us or behind us
Yes,
or off to
ahead of you.
ahead of
yeah.
us? Okay. Hey guys, I don't want to be the whole we've got company guy, but we've got company.
Oh.
Does the ship look like it's heading towards us or the same direction as us?
Burbage would know it looks like it's heading in the same direction, though now that all of you are sort of watching it for like a couple minutes, it doesn't seem to be moving.
Okay.
Huh.
Meepus is like, friends of yours? What's all this
That was.
about?
Do I recognize the ship?
Yes.
Okay.
Even the sails.
I'm gonna say that was Milo's ship.
Meepus immediately starts turning the wheel, and he's like, "We're gonna give them a wide berth, okay? Now, if everyone could calm the fuck down and go
I set
back
their helm on fire.
to that's weird.
We
That's a weird
also
thing to do.
injured him critically.
That's great. Wait,
He's
wait.
I
Wait,
killed two of their sailors.
Shut up! You didn't kill him?
No.
Hey, oh, we tried.
I mean, I
Give us a
tried.
break.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So he's just like out here waiting for us. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna give
Stormbringer
him.
looks really ashamed.
Yeah, we're gonna give him a wide berth here. Everyone else, just go back to sitting down and being quiet, please.
So now my gaze is kind of torn between the mast and Milo's ship. Like I keep looking back and forth because I'm trying to watch for danger coming, but I'm also pretty sure that this mast is going to talk again or
Okay.
wink again.
Yeah. Yeah. So he says, "Yeah, please, everyone, just sit down. It's gonna be a few more hours."
I'm going to also take my my axe out and my shield, so I'm ready to fight either the mask or Milo. Mast
Excellent.
or Milo.
Okay. Very nice.
And I'm not
So-
sitting.
That's fine. What would everyone like to do? Not to be the person to spur on conversations, but Vamaris did say that he'd talk about the silver dagger thing when you guys were on the boat. Just saying.
He did, but I'm really distracted, so I'm not trying to ask him about anything.
Very true. Very true.
I don't really feel like sharing it. I have too much on my mind.
You're a little curious about why Stormbringer had one too, but not too much.
Yeah, Vamaris
Vamaris is cool.
is making quite a few assumptions at this point.
Lovely.
All right, Burbage starts singing like an old song that he knows that happens to reference silver daggers.
Beautiful.
So that's going to kind of cue me in. I'm going to remember that I want to talk to Vamaris.
Real
So
quick,
I'm gonna-
give me a performance check.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Me?
Burbage. Yes. I want to know how good this song is.
Yes. Not very.
You barely remember the words.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
Forcing.
oh, there was a...
I agree, Queen Akari.
And he had
Milo
a
can die,
silver
dagger.
Silver dagger.
Vamaris kind of taps his feet. Like
For everyone in chat, you're
he's
welcome
into
that I
it.
overrode that.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Silver dagger.
I'm going to nod over at Vamaris without taking my eyes off of the two things that I'm trying to watch.
Okay.
And be like, hey, come here, Vamaris. I have questions.
Yes.
He wanders over.
You said we'd talk on the ship about, the silver dagger and your mask and everything that happened.
Vamaris removes a mysterious missive, and he hands it over. Should I read it out loud?
I can even just give it to her.
Give it to her,
Okay.
because I'm curious.
Yeah.
And maybe as I hand it over, Vamaris goes, "Did you receive one of these?"
One
should
sec,
be-
let me read this.
It should be in your handouts now. Stormbringer. As she's reading that, Charity, what are you doing to pass the
I'm
time?
I was gonna say Galway is partially managing chat, but Charity is probably keeping an eye on the ship, as in Milo's ship.
Mm-hmm.
Does it still look like it's not moving?
It does. Yeah, you are circling widely around it, but it appears to be in the same place.
Did like its anchor look like it was down?
You are not near enough.
Okay,
Close. You could probably see with a spyglass, but not from your current vantage
Okay.
point.
But I'll probably be watching it / looking for any sign of the island. So
Yeah.
is Milo's ship to like port or starboard of us?
Starboard now.
Okay, so I'll probably be splitting my my range of view between the ship on the starboard and then just ahead of us,
Excellent.
which is where I presume the island will be at some point.
Yeah. In fact, it's even starting to get toward evening at this point, and you're not at the island yet.
Promises were made about when we were going to be home.
So I'm gonna talk to Vamaris.
Please.
Vamaris, no, I didn't get a letter like that exactly, but it sounds really familiar. There's this, let me tell you my whole life story. No, not my whole life story. But there was this old woman, kind of like, it sounds a lot like the one that kid that's probably, that was coughing a lot, the sick kid was talking about. And she said that there was gonna be, I'd meet someone today who had a silver dagger that was dangerous to them. And then I went into the shop to prepare to meet with Conway and go on whatever he wanted me to do. And somebody was really insistently asking that the shopkeeper would sell a silver dagger for 4 gold pieces. Which, that's cheap for a silver dagger. I don't know why Conway thought that would be enough for you. And I don't know why this guy was trying to sell that silver dagger for 4 gold pieces. But anyways, I bought it.
I bought mine for 2 gold.
Ooh, look at you, big haggler man. I give people what things are worth. Or what they ask for, anyways.
Beautiful.
But I mean, that's weird, isn't it?
Vamaris nods.
Why did Hanway say anything to you about this when we got there?
He apparently knows nothing.
That's weird. Are you sure this letter was from him?
Oh. Yeah, no, this wasn't from him. This is someone else pretending to be Ponwi.
Oh, this letter that says it's from Ponway that wanted you to buy a silver dagger for
Look at the
4 gold
handwriting.
pieces.
Do you have your original missive? Compare the two's handwriting.
Okay, I'll compare. I'll take mine out and compare the 2 handwritings.
Yeah. Oh, easily. It's not the same hand
Oh,
that wrote it.
this is strange, Vamaris. Do you think we should talk to Charity and Burbage?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know about Burbage.
I mean, you guys
think
are not
she's
being
just a
quiet
drunk.
with this conversation.
I'm also, I'm just saying this all in my normal, kind of loud,
figured.
kind of.
Oh, I
voice.
am too.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll even look at Burbage as I say. I don't.
Burbage has not been listening. Burbage has been sitting on the floor of the boat and still singing that song.
Something,
I mean-
Something.
silver daggers.
I think.
Silver dagger.
So also, as Charity is like looking out over the ocean, he notices that somehow he's now like sort of singing along, except in addition to not knowing any of the words, because Burbage apparently doesn't know any of the words, he only half has like the melody.
Yeah. Give me a perception check, please, Charity.
I was like, who? Oh, I saw that one for a while. I'm like, no.
I was gonna mess you up. You notice that it's you can see the light through the water hitting like land. They all of a sudden, very very quickly, the water's getting shallower.
I'm going to. Okay. In a shouting voice, because I don't want to actually shout in my mic. Excuse me, shallower, water getting shallower. Excuse me.
Meepus runs to the side definitely, and he sort of shouts. He shouts, "Sails hard to port," and then runs back to the helm. And the sails just flip hard to port, giving him a little bit more maneuverability. And he turns pretty quickly away. And now he's even further sort of facing away from Milo's ship, which is far, far off to the starboard. And then he sort of quickly looks back into the water and says, like, you don't see anything now, do you? And if you look in the water, yeah, you don't see anything like that anymore.
Like ahead of us, or like it
Definitely.
disappeared from where it was?
Now that you've moved off a little bit, it must have been just like a tiny little island underwater kind of thing, or something. Yeah, but you don't see it anymore.
Okay.
While Meepus was distracted by that, I'd like to maybe sneak back into the captain's quarters, take a look at that chest.
No problem. Yeah. So you go back over to the captain's quarters, and it's locked again. He locked it up.
Can I try to unlock it again?
Please. Thieves' tools. Oh, easily. Yeah, this time you know the mechanism really quite beautifully.
All right.
You just pop it open really easily. Yeah.
I'd like to go ahead and try to slip right back in.
Great. Yeah, you push the door open and then slam shut. This
What?
time a little more loudly and forcefully from someone pushing it behind you.
What is going on here? Can I use strength to try to push this door open?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, give me a strength check. And also, this is why I'm hiding all of my rolls. Because I don't want you to see what's going on here.
Oh, wow.
Holy God!
Getting fed up here. I want to get inside this goddamn chest.
You are able to push open, and yeah, you're able to shove this thing open. You're just going, and you hear like kind of some wood breaking almost, like the door is almost cracking or something. As you sort of shove into this room,
I
you
look
sort of-
around.
yeah.
Is there anybody in here? Who was closing this door on me?
No, there is no one else in here.
Yes, it's the
Oh
shadow.
God, Stormbringer was right.
I picture
But now that
Burbage
you're in
experiencing
here,
almost
the door
actual physical
slams
pain.
shut.
What?
Now that you're in here, the door slams shut.
That's
And-
unsettling.
If this is how we lose a party, then
I shrug that off and I go over to the chest and maybe take a look at that. You said there was like a big lock on it. Is this a lock that I'm maybe familiar with, or?
It's not. You can sort of investigate that. Go ahead and give me an investigation check for, or you could either just pick it, I guess. You can either like look everything over, or you can just try to pick the lock.
I think I'm just gonna try to pick it.
Cool. While you doing that, let's go back to Stormbringer and Vamaris's conversation real quick.
who cares about us?
We'll come back. It's fine.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe someone was trying to get you in trouble? Because that old, tall, withered man was upset with us for bringing silver daggers in.
Perhaps. Or whoever wanted us to have those daggers view Conway and his ilk to be the enemy.
Well, I don't think anyone really cared about me having a dagger. It's just the old woman told me it would be dangerous to someone I would meet that day if they had a silver dagger, so I decided should probably buy a silver dagger because if there's danger, I want in on it.
Vamaris kind of nods with this, and he loses interest.
I'm gonna wave over Charity. Is Charity looking at her, right?
Kind of looking pretty heavily at the water, but if you keep waving, I'll notice and come over.
Okay, I'll keep doing that.
Yeah, I'll come over.
So, Charity, we wanted
Yes?
to tell you, well, I wanted to tell you, because you're a very good Charity.
Thank
There's
you.
something weird going on. Vamaris, we tried to sneak in silver daggers to the Acolyte's place, and they weren't very happy about that, and they didn't give us our silver daggers back because they're bad people. But Vamaris got a weird letter from someone pretending to be Conway, telling him to buy a silver dagger, and I had my fortune told by this old woman that I think was the same as that kid, the kid that had the spider bite.
Shadif.
Yeah, that child, the little child. And she said that I would meet someone today who had a silver dagger that was dangerous to them, and also other things. Do you have a silver dagger that's dangerous to you?
One, I feel that perhaps the other things might have been important for me to know. And
Oh.
two, I don't have a silver dagger, no.
Do you have anything that's dangerous to you?
As in, dangerous to me?
Yes,
On
she said
me.
yes. That's what she said. She said, and I look like I'm trying to think really hard about this, putting my kind of finger to my lips and everything, looking up at the sky. She said I would meet someone who had a silver dagger that was dangerous to them, and I would meet someone who had a box, and someone who had a friend that was dangerous to them, and the box would be dangerous to them too. Do you have a friend on you?
No, I do have this, though. And I'm going to pull out a small, very exquisitely designed box.
Oh, is that dangerous?
Well,
It just looks so
could
nice.
well be.
Why would it be dangerous?
Well, it's very, very nice.
Yes.
and it may have poisoned me.
Oh.
I'm not
Do you
sure
want
about.
me to get rid of it?
No, it's very, very nice.
I'm gonna kind of go towards you like I'm gonna grab it.
No.
I can crush it.
No. Might not be a great idea.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm leaning towards no.
But if it's poisoned you, don't you want it gone?
Well, I'm a little afraid that if you just crushed it and there's poison in it, it might release more poison. That's why I put the lid... Okay.
I dance with danger.
Who leads?
Oh, switches off. Sometimes me, sometimes danger's winning. It's you know how these things go.
I'm not entirely sure I do.
No, and I pat you on the head.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Have without destroying it or throwing it away or taking it from me, have either of you ever seen anything like this box?
Can I make a roll for that?
Please. You can make a history check. That might be the best there.
Okay.
I'm also showing like Vamaris this, so.
Mm-hmm. Stormbringer, you've not really come across anything like this. It seems like really well crafted, but nothing about it reminds you of anything you've come across.
I also would probably, like, as they're potentially looking at it, I would be describing the mechanisms to open it.
Right.
I haven't,
nothing.
but if you give it to me, maybe I can tell. And I'm gonna say this and kind of wink at you, like you're not the person I'm trying to trick into giving it to me.
I can't say why, but I think that if I handed this to you, you would destroy it.
Well, if it poisoned you, Charity.
If it poisoned
I'm
me, it
gonna
is what
gasp
it
and I'm
is.
staring at the wood behind you. Of the ship.
Okay. Vamaris, anything?
He's just looking at it. He's not like
Yeah.
touching it. Okay.
You don't see anything weird.
He kind of wobbles backwards a little bit, and then he wobbles forward a little bit, and then he maybe throws up, but he doesn't move, and his mask is still there, so it kind of.
Oh, God.
And he stops and he pauses, and he goes, "I hate boats!"
Oh.
And he runs off to find a bucket of water.
Okay.
Okay, so as a quick check, Andy, I do have an herbalism kit and proficiency with that.
Yeah.
Would I know anything of, like, do I have any herbs on me that might help him with that?
Give me a medicine check. Yeah, you feel you could concoct something that would tamp down the nausea pretty bad, pretty well.
I'm gonna put the box away and then, like, quickly start, like, sort of, like, making, I'm assuming sort of grinding a couple of herbs.
Excellent. While we're doing that, let's check back in with our thief, Burbage Kemp, who is alone in this captain's quarter, deftly picking the lock.
Can you feel the verbal question mark?
Oh, yeah. When I went to clean off, I envisioned myself kind of going near where Burbage is, so.
Like near the captain's quarters and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm looking for something to clean myself.
Absolutely. You could go in there if you wanted to, but that's up to you.
Not yet.
Yeah, okay. So Burbage, you expertly pick the lock on this. It's one of the locks that you were trained on. So you recognize it, you know exactly what to do. You're feeling really good about yourself. It is now unlocked.
Good job, Burbage. You did it again. I go ahead and I kind of rub my hands together, kind of gingerly, and I very kind of gently pop open the chest.
Excellent. You pop open the chest, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
There it is.
Okay. All right. So
So
do
the
I just
saving
click-
throw part, yeah, not the con specifically.
Oh no, it's like Dark Souls.
all right, where am I looking?
Yeah. So on the saving throws, which are right next to your
Oh,
main
yeah.
attributes
All right,
underneath
I
your
see it.
proficiency bonus, click on the word Constitution.
All right. Do I get any kind of stout halflings are supposed to have kind of good constitution? I don't know if that comes into play here.
Actually, it does. Go ahead and give me one more roll.
Okay.
What's that? He has advantage on a saving throw against poison? Wah wah.
Oh dear.
Oh, good God.
Okay, so while you flip it open, the top of the lid sort of has a small, like, it looks like a small asp figurine that sort of pops open with it, so that as you lift open the chest, the asp is sort of facing at you immediately, and a small dart from in there shoots inside, like, into your clavicle. And you feel weird. You feel really weird.
Okay.
You're a little dizzy. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage, please.
Oh, God in heaven.
So go ahead and click disadvantage at the top of your character sheet.
How loud is
right.
this?
So far, it's quiet.
Okay.
All right, I've clicked disadvantage, and now I click wisdom saving
And now
throw.
you click wisdom saving throw. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Can I
We'll
yell
come back-
out
we'll come
or
back to
something?
the-
Can I shout something?
A little bit, yeah. When you got pricked by the thing, you can shout.
Ouch!
Let's say one word.
All right, give me a second.
Yeah, you get one word to shout.
Asp!
All right, Vamaris, you're able to
Vamaris
hear
hears it, and
because you are
he
nearby.
immediately rushes into the captain's quarters. And
Yeah. You open up the door. The door is locked.
Oh,
ooh,
Stormbringer was right.
this boat is alive.
Yep.
Actually, why doesn't everyone step off for just 1 second while I talk to Burbage? Hello.
Okay.
Okay, I will.
And I'll text you when you come back in.
Yeah, I'll
Discord.
mute myself. Let me bring this back up so I
You
have
did
this.
this, Andy.
Okay.
You did this to me.
I do many things. All right. So I think everyone's off. You turn around to see a beautiful, you want to say elven woman, but she doesn't look like normal elven women. She's completely made of wood. She's not wearing any clothing. Not super your type, but there's something about her that's alluring. In fact, you are completely smitten with what's going on here. You've fallen in love with this wood woman
Yeah.
that's on this ship.
You said she's completely naked.
Yep, completely naked.
Wow. I mean, yeah, this might be the first woman I've ever found even vaguely attractive.
Yeah, and for some reason she's incredibly attractive, to the point where you are just waiting for her to speak something so that you can obey what it is.
Yeah, I'm speechless. Am I? But I'm still conscious, right? Like, or
Oh,
what?
certainly. Yeah. You're still conscious. You're in front of her. You can say whatever you want, but you are.
I just kind of murmur the word asp again. Asp.
Yeah. She's a trusted friend to you at this point, and she says, "Listen, don't worry about that. It's not that much of a poison. It won't kill you. Just makes you a little more susceptible to the charms."
Charms. Charms. I like charms.
Yes. Well, I think you should leave the captain's quarters and not have any desire to come back. What do you say about that?
Yeah. I don't even like captain's quarters. I like
Didn't
captains.
think you did. Right?
like quarters.
Why don't you go be nice to Meepus? He's a very dear friend of mine.
Yeah, I like Mapus. Mapus is a good guy, and I don't want to
Of
steal his
course.
treasure. You know, that's
No one wants to steal his treasure. Yeah.
you're so pretty. You're so pretty.
Thank you. In fact, maybe later we could get together if you do as I say. Be nice to me, Meepus.
Yeah. All right. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. I was
I'd
gonna
hate for
close
something
this.
horrible to happen to you.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that either. I don't like horrible things happening to me. There are so many horrible things that have happened to me in my life. I might get into that backstory later in the campaign, but anyway. Anyway.
I look forward to that.
Yeah, all right. So I'll just pop this lock back on to the chest, and
Oh, that would be beautiful. Thank you.
what's your name? What's your name?
What do you want it to be?
Oh, how about? Oh, I don't know. Maybe like Galadriel.
That sounds like a name everyone would love.
Yeah, Galadriel. All right. Well, I'll just walk by you, but I don't want to like disturb you. You seem so fragile and beautiful. I'm just gonna circle around you, kind of tiptoeing. Thank you, Galadriel.
Yes.
I love you.
You see her sort of almost melt into the floorboards, and you are instantly like, "Oh, I wish she were still here."
Oh,
and you're
Galadriel, I wish you were still here.
You're gonna feel this way for about 24 hours, just so you know how to roleplay that.
All right. Well, I go to the door, I guess.
Excellent. Very, very nice.
Were you
I
going
am
to say
back.
something?
Yeah.
Back.
Okay, so as you go to reach for the door, Vamaris, and you find it locked, right on the other side you hear like a and then the door sort of swings open, and Burbage is there just kind of with a smile on his face, and he steps out and he shuts the door behind him.
Hi, friends. Oh, hello. It's so good to see you all. But I need to go cry a little bit.
Vamaris, something feels weird about Burbage Kim.
I go right. I start wandering off. I'm going to try to find Meepus
Yeah.
and just kind of give him like a weepy hug if I can.
Yeah. Oh, Vamaris, you watch as Burbage Kim ascends the stairs, and you can't hear it, but the Meepus and him exchange a few words, and they both just embrace and just kind of are starting to wipe tears away a little bit from their eyes. And Meepus just like pounds him on the back a few times, and Burbage kind of nods. Seems like they had a moment there.
I'm sort of standing between Stormbringer and Vamaris. Just, what in the six wings of Behelit happened?
I mean, is this not normal for Burbage? It's not just drunk again?
I don't think. Well, maybe.
So Meepus then shouts at the top of his lungs, "Land ho!" And now, as you see in the distance, you are coming up pretty quickly on a very small island, complete with lots of lush greenery, but you're still kind of far out from it. He does sort of shout down, well, do you want me to just sort of sail by it and then you guys can jump off, or like what's going on?
Oh no, you have to wait for us, Meepus. Conway wanted you to take us back.
Yes.
I have to take you back?
Yeah.
Yes.
God damn it. That's okay. Okay. So, what do you want to like? Well, we can set sail and you guys can like swim. I'll try to get close to it. How about that?
Do you?
And as he says that, you hear like a, and the whole ship sort of lurches to the left a bit.
Meepus, is this normal?
In the water, you do see like a mast of another ship sort of raise out of the water and then sort of splash back down. It appears like you just hit kind of an underwater wreck or a ship.
Meepus?
Is this how you park ships?
Nope. And he's running over to the anchor and he like throws the latch so that the anchor just spins down. And you come to a stop. Yeah, like pretty soon afterward. You also notice for some reason the sails are already up again. They are not billowed, and you didn't even see anyone raise them.
I mean, I know nothing about ships, so that seems normal to me.
So,
Indeed.
what?
Oh God, what the hell was that? Meepus is shouting.
I'm gonna point at the mast.
I'm going to stare at the mast.
No, not our mast. The sunken mast.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, the mast is now just a little bit out of the water, and you do see sort of a flag on the top of it, and it's a flag of a organization charity that you are familiar with. This organization is mostly known for smuggling live beings. Some might call them slaves, some might call them workers who don't get paid a lot, or like sort
Thanks,
of
Grandmaster.
animals that are more exotic to the area. You do know that they sort of specialize in that.
I'm going to sort of look at it. Well, there's a sunken ship underneath us. The good news is we can hope that they're all dead.
Well, death isn't really a thing, Charity. We've been over this, or tried to anyways.
Their souls will be being scourged at this moment by Bahamut.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Vamaris comes back out and everything's cleaned up. And he notices the ship.
I'm also going to hand him like a small tincture, basically.
How long ago does it look like the ship sunk? Like, is the mast like got growing on it?
Oh, not at all. No, it actually looks pretty recent.
And Vamaris simply says, "Is this the ship that Ponway sent before?" Or, yeah.
Yeah. Do we recognize this ship?
No one else really does, though. Vamaris and Charity both know the flag.
I would freely share that I should hope not. This is a ship of slavers and smugglers.
A ship of slavers?
And smugglers.
And smugglers, yes.
They had people?
I'm hoping not yet, and hoping that they died. Wishing that they had
so
made
let me
better
tell you
choices
a
in their
story,
lives.
Charity. Another story.
Oh,
So
we're
you
having
remember
lots
that
of fun
portion-
stories today, aren't we?
You remember
I'm also going to look at
Charity on the
Vamaris and I'm going to
property.
say, drink that. It'll make the vomiting go away.
You
Vamaris
remember
shrugs and
that
shrugs.
old woman who told me the fortune about you, or maybe not you, and the box and the dagger and Vamaris, or maybe not Vamaris? You remember this? And like, I'm
It was
genuinely
5
asking.
minutes ago. Yes, I remember.
Okay. So she also told me this thing that there might be people trapped. She didn't say might. She said there are people trapped in the water, and I'm the only one who can or would care to save them. Do you think there might be people in that boat still?
It's possible. If they're slaves, we should save them. If they're slavers,
Yes.
we shouldn't.
I agree.
We I mean, we're anchored. You can check.
Well, I don't know how good I am at swimming. I mean, it can't be hard. You just flap your arms in the water, right?
You're not great at it, but you can do it.
Yeah, I can do it.
It's a strength thing. Yeah.
Okay, well, if I'm not back up in... How long can I hold? If I'm not back up in 5 minutes, come get me.
I'm gonna quickly hold up a rope. Like, perhaps we tie this around your waist first.
Oh, that's smart, too.
I try.
So I'll tie the rope around my waist.
If you-
Nepis and Burbage, and I'm going to wave up to them. We're going to jump in the water, and I'm pointing at the boat. I'll be back.
I'm also gonna say, if you feel 3 sharp tugs,
Okay.
swim back up immediately.
All right, I will. Yeah, I'm gonna dive into the water.
I am not. Wait. I am actually also gonna do one more thing right before you dive.
Okay.
No, actually, what I'm gonna do is as I'm holding the rope, obviously.
Obviously.
Okay.
So now the
Did you
length
have
of the rope is glowing.
All of the rope is glowing?
Yeah.
A 20-foot part of it, I think,
Yeah.
is about as much.
So,
as
like,
you can.
up by me?
Well,
No, it's the object sheds it in a 20-foot
no,
radius.
I guess that's true. It's a singular object.
Yep.
Yeah, the rope is glowing the entire time.
Okay.
I figured it would help you see under there.
Yeah, I don't have dark vision, so that's thank you.
Yeah.
Stormbringer doesn't really understand that the water is dark. So I'm gonna swim towards the boat and try to look for a way to dive down to the... Is the bottom of a boat called a hull?
Sure. Yeah, give me a strength check or an athletics check. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Excellent. You sort of pull yourself along by some of the rigging from the mast, and are just like cruising down in the water. The rope is being taut like really quickly, becoming taut here. But you get down and you sort of get down to the actual hull of the ship, and you do see kind of a small stairway, like leading down. And give me a perception check.
Okay.
You definitely hear some sounds down here, like some muffled as well as some scratching in the hull of the ship.
Alright, well, I'm going to try to get to it. Can I kind of go down the staircase?
You probably need to go up for air and then
Okay.
come back down.
Okay, I'm gonna go back up for air, and when I go up for air, I'm gonna wave to Charity and say, I think maybe there's something alive in there. Hopefully people.
Oh, good.
And then I'm gonna
so
take a really
too.
deep breath and dive back down.
Excellent. Yeah. So you immediately dive back down. You go down to swim down the small staircase just a little bit, and there seems to be kind of a sealed door at the bottom of it. And you just hear kind of like and scratches again, like pounding, that sort of thing, at the door. You feel
Okay.
like you could open it if you'd like.
Do I feel like when I open it, do I feel like the seawater is just going to probably go rushing into that room?
I mean, probably, yeah.
Oh. But there's not, I don't see any other way into the room, right?
You don't.
Okay, then I will open it.
It's locked.
Great.
So you could try to break it,
Yeah.
or
I'm gonna try
do
to break it.
Give me a strength check. Very good. You are peeling back part of the wood here, and it just snaps. The handle just snaps off, but the immediate change in pressure sort of blows the door off, and you immediately get pulled straight into this room. And you just kind of hear just a cacophonous sort of screeching almost of clawing, just the rush and the tumble of water. You're not exactly sure what's going on. The room very, very quickly fills up, and again you take a gasp of air. You just notice that the air smells horrible down here, but it is air that you gasp. So you gasp air and you go back underwater and you try to get your bearings here. You still have your hand on the rope, and just all around you, you see a very, very strange creature. Like, somehow there are tiny little owls that are swimming around with like 4 legs. And the room is just filling up with water. And these tiny, small creatures are sort of scratching. Sort of scratching and just screeching at the top of their lungs. Yeah, what would you like to do?
I'll save you, owls! And I'm gonna try to. Well, I can't say that, so I'm like gurgle, gurgle. And I'm going to try to grab as many of them as I can to get them back up to the surface.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Give me. If it's you're trying to grab them, just give me a strength check, like an athletics check, to see if you can, how well you can swim with carrying. You could probably carry about 4 of these things. They're large.
Sorry, athletics
but, yeah.
or strength?
Athletics.
Okay. That's not very good.
Great. You could probably get 3 of them in your arms before you start swimming out. They're quite wiggly.
I'm really angry that I can't grab more. Can I go into rage and try to grab more?
Yes, and so I'll give you advantage on that.
Okay.
If you spend a rage.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead and situation changed. So go ahead and give me 2 more rolls. Give me a whole new athletics roll with advantage. Very nice. All right, so you're able to grab 4 and kind of put one almost between your legs as you start kicking.
Okay. I'm swimming as frantically as I can towards the surface because I don't know how long these can breathe for.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely holding their breath because now they're completely submerged, and they're sort of slashing at you. So you're definitely gonna take half of whatever this is. You don't take any
0
damage because you're raging and you're amazing. All right, so you're just kicking, and they're sort of scratching at you, but you're just not feeling it. You get up to the water line, you just sort of burst and you throw these kind of in the air just to get them above the water. Feathers are going everywhere, and everyone on the boat just sees a massive, almost like piranhas descending on like a cow, just a bunch of splashing around and feathers. It's a very, very odd sight. But it seems like you did get these 5 up. But there's at least 5 more down there.
Yell, be free, owls! I'm insisting on calling them owls, even though they don't really look like proper owls.
Yeah, not quite.
Charity, I think these are the slaves you were talking about. And then I'm going to dive back down.
Excellent. What would everyone else like to do?
What do I think these things are? Do I think they're slaves,
give me a
or
nature
do I think
check.
they're like animals being smuggled?
Animals. You're not quite sure what kind, but definitely some sort of animal.
Okay. Do they seem like they can swim?
A little bit, yeah, definitely. the 5 that she brought up are still kind of floating around, and they're kind of just swimming in a circle right now.
But like they're in terms of they seem safe just being on the surface.
They do, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just be like, okay, Meepus, what's the best way to get them on the ship?
What? No, we're not taking those things on the ship.
We did just save them.
He's like, no, we don't just bring random things on a ship like that. It's gonna be dangerous. And something really weird happens. The sort of highline mast swings very, very quickly and smacks him in the head. And he sort of doubles over, and he puts his hands up, and he's like, "Oh, okay, I was kidding. I was joking. I could just lower you guys down, and you could grab what you can and hoist you back up. That's probably the easiest way."
Oh, okay. Well, we can also wait until Stormbringer is back up. She seems well suited to this.
Whatever. Yeah, fine.
So I'll just keep an eye on
Burbage,
them and the rope.
Vamaris, you guys, that's what you're doing?
I've just been kind of sitting on the ship, kind of stroking like the wood beneath me.
Okay. Yes.
And I kind of give Meepus a just kind of soft smile, like.
What the hell?
Yeah, he sort of cocks his head and gives you a knowing look.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not particularly motivated to help with the actual rescue,
Yeah.
but you know, I could help. Can I kind of like just kind of stroke the ship and kind of
Yeah.
put my ear up to it and just kind of see what I feel like doing afterwards.
Okay, so from the deck, Charity is going to shout at Vamaris, "Is it just me, or has he gotten weirder?"
And Vamaris shrugs.
I stand up and I say, "It's not just you. I have gotten weirder." And I dive off the ship. I just dive into the water.
Oh, God damn it, the last time this happened. Oh, no.
And I haven't really been paying it. Burbage hasn't really been paying attention to the situation, but he knows that there's something in the water, and I'm supposed to kind of help to rescue them. So that's what I'm going to try to do right now.
Perfect. Stormbringer, you feel the rage is slipping a bit. You are gonna have to hurt yourself somehow, or just punch the shit out of something. Otherwise, you're gonna lose your oomph.
I'll punch the ship really hard in passing as I'm swimming back to the owlbears.
Excellent.
No, the owls.
Just take 1 point of damage as you just immediately bloody your fist on this thing. And as you're swimming down, you notice Burbage just like swimming down as fast as he can right next to you.
We give him a big thumbs up as I'm swimming towards them.
Excellent. Give me one more athletics check. As you get down there, the room is now completely filled with water to see how many you can grab. With advantage as well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just realized I didn't have that.
Yeah, you're able to pick up about 5 of them. That leaves just 2 more behind. So Burbage, why don't you make an athletics check to see
normal or just
normal? Yeah, you do have your inspiration in case you need to re-roll. Just reminding you.
Oh right. Okay, but I'm doing athletics. You said, yeah.
Yes.
Hey, not bad.
Okay. You like that? Before I tell you how good you are, is that a good one?
Yeah, I think I'm fine with that.
Okay. You're able to scoop up the last 2 and kick. Though you can kind of tell pretty quickly, you're almost going to run out of air by the time you get to the top. If you hold on to these 2, you might not make it. But you do have the last 2. You do have the last 2 of them.
I have them, and I'm going to start trying to swim to the surface.
Good. All right. Excellent. So Stormbringer, you sort of again burst up, and sort of let these poor little owls fly. Feathers go everywhere. You do see the people on the boat are kind of trying to do something with your rope to get to see if you can lift certain things back into the boat. Burbage, you start to almost lose consciousness just a bit as you're coming back up for air. You get a little bit woozy. You again sort of break the surface, and feathers and splashing just immediately ensues, and you can hear the screeches and squeaks of these small little relatively small but fairly large animals as they're sort of swimming around in circles. However, Burbage, you just are starting to kind of float there. And Stormbringer, you see Burbage now struggling as well. Yeah.
I'm going to grab as many owls as I can in one arm and grab Burbage with the other hand, as well as any owls I can grab while I'm scooping him up. I don't know how many that is. And yell at Charity to tug on the rope, because I'm going to try to basically walk up the side of the ship carrying them, because I know that Charity can't pull me up.
Like, Vamaris, help!
Vamaris rushes forward and helps.
Nice.
I weigh a lot.
I'm not
He's
strong.
Go ahead and Charity and Vamaris. I don't care which one, but one of you give me a strength check with advantage.
Vamaris, you should do that.
Should I?
Probably.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Thank God for advantage.
All right, so you're able to now kind of get a system in place where you throw Burbage onto the deck, Stormbringer, and you've now carried up 3, and you've now got a system in place where you can do this several times. You're pretty sure you could get all of them up in about 5 passes.
So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going and
Excellent.
rescuing the little owls.
I'm
I'm really pumped and into this.
I'm gonna look over. I'm like, is Burbage alive?
He's fine, I say as I'm heading back towards the water.
Is he?
Well, I got him out of the water.
Burbage, make a death saving throw.
Okay. Where am I looking?
So that will be.
It's in sort of the center column on the right side, about halfway down. Death saves.
Yes.
And I
just click on death saves.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Success.
All right. So far, so good.
Okay. Do I see him just not moving?
Right. It appears that Burbage is not moving nor breathing.
Okay. So at this, I am going to shout for either Meepus or the ship. Help Vamaris and Stormbringer. Actually, it's going to be Meepus, ship, whichever it needs to be. Help them, please.
Yeah, Meepus runs down
And then
immediately.
I'm gonna run over to Burbage and use a charge on my healer's kit to stabilize him.
Okay. Absolutely. Yeah, he's stabilized. Burbage, you are unconscious at the moment, but are no longer dying.
Great. Awesome.
And again, Stormbringer takes about 5 goes, but you are able to take each one of these creatures and put them on the deck of this ship.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm sitting on the deck with them, kind of trying to get them to come to me, as I'm kind of breathing raggedly, because I'm obviously a little exhausted from this.
Okay, yeah, give me an animal handling check. I
rescued them.
You rescued them. Let's give you advantage because you rescued them.
Okay.
So just do another normal roll.
Yeah. Very nice, very nice. I love it. So they all do start to kind of get around you. And man, I have to go to the bathroom really, really bad. I'm gonna pee real quick. Why doesn't
Oh, I thought
everyone
that was a
talk
character.
I know.
talk
I
amongst
was
yourselves?
like, what? I will say a quick thank you to everybody who's been in chat, who's been commenting, who's been watching us. Hope you've been enjoying this. If you have, please give us a follow here on Twitch. It'd be really helpful for us, and we are helpful goats, so helping the helpful. I had somewhere I was going with that, and it didn't go, so we're just gonna let that alone. Oh, that's right. Burbage is unconscious.
Burbage is unconscious.
I was gonna be
Yeah,
like,
but-
does he seem more normal?
Can I tell you guys something?
As long as it's
Not as
secret.
Burbage, but as myself.
Beautiful.
I've peed in a cup twice during tonight's game. Because I drank a lot of water and I couldn't leave the computer, so I just peed in a plastic
I was
cup.
wondering why you got so
Wow.
quiet.
Maybe we should build in a quick audio into this game. I think we'll do that from now on. Anyway,
Okay.
okay,
Dedication
you
to
are
the
on,
craft.
everyone is on the deck
Yeah.
of the ship. Stormbringer, you get advantage, or you get inspiration
Awesome.
for selflessly rushing into that ship and saving every single one of them, which was impressive. You are now sort of sprawled out on the deck of this ship. Everyone is exhausted and wet, and there are just about 12 tiny baby owl bears, which Vamaris now recognizes as owl bears, wandering around the ship.
Charity, I think, were these the slaves you meant? I saved them. I saved
I
all of the little
think-
fuzzies.
You did, and that's a good thing. I think that this is more the rare animal smuggling than the slavery, though. If one considers it, it is a type of slavery.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
Charity is now completely lost in thought. Like, huh. Why do we draw
Stormbringer's
an
kind of trying to
arbitrary
pet them.
distinction?
Meepus is already raising the anchor. He's like, unless you guys want to look more in that sunken ship, I don't think there's anything here for us. Let's
We
just
have
get
to
this
look
over
at
with.
Okay, yeah. Just get us to the island.
Yeah, we'll get to the island.
You'll watch the little owls while we're on the island, right? You'll take care of them?
Yeah.
You'd better.
Why did you say it like that?
Say like what? What are you talking about?
Like you're not going to take care of them.
Why would I not take care of them?
Why would you not take care of them?
Why would you lie
Right.
about that?
Who's lying? Come on,
I think-
let's just go. He's now raising the anchor. Pulling it up.
Damn.
I mean, he doesn't really care about them, but
Yeah.
he doesn't want to make Stormbringer upset at the same time.
I
So you're
believe
pretty
that he'll
sure
take
that-
care of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're pretty sure he's gonna be okay.
Good.
He's not going to be
Oh.
directly harmful, at least.
No. The sun though is getting a little low. It's sort of now just kind of a golden red orb low by the sea in the distance. Shadows are being cast in long stretches as you are pulling up pretty close to the island. It is very small, and without much difficulty, everyone sees sort of an interesting, well, and weird, like white bushes in the very middle of the island. Which is weird, but which isn't crazy. So welcome to the island. Your boat sort of pulls up on the south kind of eastern side of it, and each of you is on the boat.
Are you sure that's not the southwestern side of it?
That might be the southwestern side. Yep, I did it. Damn it, I did it again. Why is it? Okay.
Is
It was
Burbage
southeastern.
Burbage is still unconscious, though?
Yes, Burbage is still unconscious. Yep.
What is happening with the ship?
That was
Nothing.
weird.
Moving.
Should
Nothing
we
good.
should we have like an hour or two rest, or
Well, he'll wake up eventually, but he won't wake up with very much HP. So I'm not sure what to
You're
do
actually
in
not
this
sure
situation.
that he was like hurt necessarily.
He
He's
more
just
passed out.
he passed
Oh,
out
okay.
from lack of. Yeah, it's a different kind of.
It was
Okay.
it was a different kind of he was dying.
Yeah.
Okay, can I do a check to see how long I think he was going to be unconscious?
Sure.
Medicine, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Oh,
It's hard to tell. It's gonna be maybe a few hours, if not all night.
whoa. Vamaris is the second opinion.
Closer to about 3 hours, probably.
Okay.
You think?
Do I have anything in my herbalism kit that can maybe help? Like,
I could shake
Um,
him vigorously.
You could
No,
definitely try.
no.
Yeah, give him a
no,
shake.
don't do that. Don't.
You do have something akin to kind of smelling salts, but it's not guaranteed to work at all. And it also gives them terrible nightmares if it doesn't work. Just so you know.
I like these stakes.
My smelling salts.
Yeah.
So
it's a
should
specific
I give
kind of
a?
herb, yeah, that you have
Okay.
to burn in front of his nose. Ooh, very nice. So you sort of light these herbs, and they smell awful, but they sort of like have a lot of smoke from very small herbs, and you kind of hold Burbage over them, and Burbage you sort of wake up just a bit, and you remember that thing that I said was going to last about 24 hours? That it no longer is the case.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. What's that smell? Ugh.
You were unconscious, so Vamaris gave you a smell of something to wake you up.
Why did you wake me up? I was having a lovely dream, I think. But
We're here.
I don't remember it now.
Yeah, we're at the island. Also, you seem to pass out a lot.
Yeah. Wait, did you see that just now?
See what?
It's like a woman. Ugh, never mind. Can somebody help me up?
Vamaris helps him.
I was gonna say I'll help him up.
I feel very strange.
You did tell us that you did get stranger.
You did.
No, I didn't. Did I? Don't remember that at all.
You helped me save all these little owls, and I point at the owls and try to stroke them on the head and stuff.
Ah! What is that?
Yeah,
They're
like,
owls.
Where did they come from?
The boat, the shipwreck. You helped me save 2 of them. How do you not remember this?
That doesn't sound like something I would do, sweetie.
Well, it was.
doesn't.
Very helpful.
By and large, I'm inclined to agree, but it's a thing you did.
All right. Well, did
Can you
somebody
guys just
shout?
get off the ship? And Meepus is just like yelling, like, "Come on! We are so close to just going."
Meepus, we're having a meeting.
He like storms
mean-
into the captain's quarters and slams the door, and you hear him like talking to someone a bit.
Oh, we've made him so mad that he's talking to himself.
Yeah, well, let's not keep this meeting going on my account. Are we here? Should we just go steal this plant? What's going on?
How are we getting over there?
Swimming?
Does
I'm
Meepus
up for more swimming.
Meepus
Apparently,
have
I'm
some
good
sort
at
of
it.
like, I don't know, dinghy on the boat?
Not really, no.
Hmm.
He doesn't have lifeboats there, or a longboat.
Can we ground the ship?
Well, how are we going to get back off?
I don't
Yes,
really
it is
care at this
impossible.
point. I just want to get to the island and make sure that we are not.
Can I look
On this
around
boat
for
forever.
like sometimes ships have like smaller boats, like on
I
them?
mean, yeah. Give me a perception check. Look around the boat for anything, or an investigation. Either way.
We're gonna find the door from Titanic.
You don't see anything on the boat that could help you here. However, as the light is getting low, you do see sort of blue and white sails on the horizon coming toward your direction, and a bit of smoke trailing from the ship.
Oh, good.
Hey guys, I don't want to be the we've company guy, but you know.
Do you point the boat out?
Yeah, I point at the boat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dear.
Plant in the center of the island. Get it? Get the hell out. Sorry.
Carrie,
sorry.
what if they heard
sorry.
the owls while we're gone?
Do I think we should be able to swim over to the island, run, get a plant, and like get back?
Yeah.
Like
You
they're
don't
still
see why
pretty
not.
far off, right? The ship.
Oh, certainly. Yeah. You could do that before they get here. You think,
Yeah.
If you leave soon,
Yeah, like
Okay.
fast.
it just means you might not have a short rest.
Do you say
period.
fast?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm jumping off the ship into the water towards the island.
Excellent. Move your character where you want it, and give me a athletics check.
Oh dear.
You immediately, as you're jumping off the boat, you realize how exhausted you are
Yeah.
from swimming and raging while you did it. That you're having trouble. You could probably do it, but it's going to be real slow for you.
Okay. So, like, normal swim speed is like my movement speed, right? So what am I going at now?
You could probably go about 10 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, around.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Well, I did promise to do it, so God help me.
I'm gonna wave at you guys and yell, "Come on, let's get the plant."
Oh, Charity's having a bit more trouble.
I am not strong.
Charity, you're able to just barely stay afloat, but you're only going to be able to move about 5 feet. You're basically doggy paddling to the island.
I am not strong.
Oh god, this is gonna take forever.
Can I initiate a game of rock, paper, scissors with Vamaris?
Certainly.
Sure.
All right, Vamaris, on the count of 3, we each say what we throw out, okay?
Wait. What are we doing?
You're doing rock, paper.
Paper, scissors. Whoever loses has to jump into the water and
You're
go
doing
get
a game.
some-
So
called
Vamaris
Boulder
Vamaris
Parchment
has
Shears.
yeah, Vamaris has never heard of it. He is looking at you like you're an alien.
Boulder
All right,
Parchment
then-
Shears. You do know that game.
I get... Oh, wait, yeah, what's it called?
Boulder Parchment Shearers.
Yeah, Boulder
Shears.
Parchment Shears. Have you ever played this game?
He shakes his head.
I get exasperated and push Vamaris into the water.
Oh,
You try to fight that Vamaris? Or
I
just
do.
let it
I
happen?
do. I don't let that happen.
Okay, give me strength checks.
I will give
Contested
you.
here.
Jesus.
Or saves are fine, probably. Cause
They were
neither
both
of you are
those saves.
Yeah. Vamaris, you're barely able to hold on, and if you want, you feel like you could tip just Burbage in the water instead.
Yeah, I do that exactly. I just kind of
Burbage-
slightly move out of the way and let him go.
I know, parchment! Parchment! Ah!
Burbage, give me an athletics check as
Okay.
you sploosh into the water. Don't roll below 5. I'm just saying. Okay.
hey,
fine,
you're gonna be the
okay.
best.
You're able to move about 25 feet swimming. You're quite good at it.
He spent a lot of time underwater so far. This game.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Vamaris is just eyeing the water like he doesn't know about this at all.
You said 25 feet?
Yes,
How many squares is that diagonally?
5.
5.
Each square is 5 feet, I believe,
Nice.
if I did that right.
You did.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell at Vamaris, guard the owls!
Vamaris nods and steps back.
Vamaris, as you sort of step back from the water, you hear a sickeningly familiar sound, and that is the this giant drum gong roar sound that was heard a couple nights ago. That seemed to just be the sea itself groaning. It's a little louder even when it was echoing through the city, and you have no idea where it's coming from. It just feels like it's coming from the water.
Everyone can hear this, or just me?
Everyone, yeah.
Okay.
You're the only one not in the water, though. So
I'm the only one in the water, so yeah. I check my friends in the water. Are they okay?
They're all eaten. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, they're fine.
What the?
Yeah. No, they're fine. Nope. Yeah, they're swimming slowly. Charity's doggy paddling. They're
I'm
slowly.
gonna die.
So go ahead and everyone make another sort of round of movement in the water. Lovely. Burbage, you
Oh,
could
we
probably
don't-
swim to shore if you wanted to.
Oh, okay. So we don't have to do another athletic roll.
No. Not right now. Excellent. Very good.
He did that quick.
He did. He's very, very swimmy. Excellent. So Meepus is on board, and he's just trying to ignore the owlbears, basically. But Vamaris, if you want to make sure that they're sort of all huddled now to the side of the boat, watching Stormbringer, and sort of looking a little bit
Aw.
and tilting their head to the side.
They're looking hungry.
One of them looks like it's almost about to jump in.
Don't let my owls drown.
Vamaris is not equipped for this. He's not equipped for daycare.
If you want to keep that owlbear from jumping, why don't you give me an animal handling check? Or you could just...
Okay. No, I will.
Hey, good. Very good. Yeah, you sort of wrangle it back by going, and making funny noises, and they're all sort of looking at you now. You are oddly adept at dealing with animals.
Oddly.
Burbage Kemp, why don't you give me a perception check?
Okay.
You see sort of green lush around you. You're definitely now hearing the sounds of a tropical forest. There's many birds here. There's squawking and sort of chirping all around you. Oddly enough, for an island that just popped up, it seems like an island that's been here forever.
Huh.
Yeah.
Seems like an island that's been here forever.
You say to yourself.
Yeah.
Go
Can
ahead, do another
I-
round of swimming.
Oh, it was my turn over.
Yeah, no, go ahead. You do your thing. We're not really in turn order yet. I mean, yet, ever.
Can I run into the forest?
Sure, yeah. Move where you'd like to move. Whoa, that's okay. As you sort of turn around the corner, you see these giant white bushes in the middle here. And you almost didn't see it at first, but the white bushes seem to be covering up a giant skull just sitting in the middle
Oh
of
my
this
god.
island. It has
Those white bushes seem to be covering up a giant skull.
it has the
I
skull
say to
has
myself.
yeah, the skull has intricate sort of carvings all over it then as well.
Can I investigate the skull?
Certainly, yeah. Walk up to the skull. Yeah. Give it an investigation check. Yeah, Stormbringer, you can move and stuff a little.
Okay.
And Burbage, yeah. You see some sort of weird figurines sort of carved into the skull, and they actually look like movable pieces. And it just looks like a person or some sort of humanoid. And they have 2 legs, or I'm sorry, yeah. So it goes in this order. It goes a person or a humanoid with 2 legs, then person humanoid with 3 legs, and then a person or humanoid with 4 legs. And it looks like these pieces are movable. And then there's a bit of something written underneath it in a language that I don't think you know.
That I don't know.
Yeah. Let me double check, but you probably don't know it. Nope, you do not know it.
I kind of, I just chuckle at the 3-legged one because, in my view, that's not a 3rd leg.
Nope. Go ahead and
You know what I mean?
swim another round. Charity and Stormbringer. And Vamaris, are you still cool on the boat?
I'm still cool on a boat, but I'm looking at the boat that's coming. That's
Yes.
on fire.
Yep, definitely still coming in your area.
How much closer has it gotten?
I mean, it's hard to tell, but it's gotten a couple nautical miles in the next. Well, not. I mean, in the last like 10 minutes, it's gone let's say, an 1/8 of the way here.
Okay.
So you got about an hour and 10 minutes probably before it reaches you.
Okay.
Can I do something?
Please.
Can I go ahead and turn my attention to the bush? Maybe
Yes.
give it a little investigation to maybe get a
Excellent.
sense of
Yeah.
how I might be able to steal this plant.
No, very good, very good. Yeah, and you don't see the like blue bulbed thing that Ponway was talking about. Though Ponway did say that he was guessing that it would be here. Other than that, you were supposed to just look at the island and see what it was
Yeah.
all about.
It's just a plant in the middle of the island. I'm going to go ahead and give it a check.
Yeah, so you get these yeah, so you sort of look up at these white bushes, and you sort of move their branches a little bit, and there's kind of a dusting, like almost a pollen that is released, but it's freezing. It's so cold that actually you're gonna take this much cold damage. Just whoa.
What?
Oh dear.
Whoa.
Stop that! Healer
Yeah.
does not approve!
So,
Okay, so like,
moving this around, yeah, just the investigation, you're all of a sudden very, very aware that you're surrounded by these things, and it would be horrific for you if you just burst through the bushes or if something disturbed the bushes pretty
So
intensely.
am I down to 2 hit points because of that?
Yeah, unless you have something against cold damage.
I don't think I do.
Oh.
Okay, you are down to 2 hit points, my friend.
You should have waited.
Stormbringer, you are on land now. Charity, you've gotten to about this point now.
Yay.
So since it only took me 5 feet of movement to finish swimming to land, can I use the rest of my 25 feet of movement?
Please, yeah. We're not quite in turn order yet. It's more just
A philosophical sort
timing.
of, yeah.
Yeah. You get onto land basically enough to hear Burbage Kemp go, "Oh God, it's cold!"
Or am I gonna run towards him?
Burbage.
So,
Stormbringer.
what do I see as I enter this?
You sort of rush by, and Burbage, you see her very nearly just run through one of the white bushes.
No, wait, stop!
but she just goes right past it. You see a giant skull, intricate design work, and white bushes everywhere. Burbage is holding his arm, and there's sort of ice kind of covering his sleeve.
Burbage, what happened to you?
I touched the bush, and it got super fucking cold.
Oh, I'm going to inch kind of closer to him and away from the bush I'm standing next to.
Okay.
My arm's so cold, Stormbringer. I think I'm going to die.
I mean, death's not a thing. It's okay. And
Tell
I can't do anything
Vamaris
about that.
I liked his mask.
I'll tell him you loved his mask.
Thank you.
It's okay if you die, and she does these air quotes when she says die. If you die, then it's okay. The ground will eat you, and it will be wonderful.
Yeah, where's Charity? I kind of feel like he'd be a better.
Charity, as you're swimming up, you see something sort of through the branches and palm trees as you're swimming up. And from this angle, it appears to be just a gigantic egg of some sort.
Huh.
Would you say a bulbous egg?
Perhaps a bulbous egg, yes.
Bulbasaur. Okay. I'm gonna keep trying to make landfall sort of where I saw
Yeah.
Stormbringer make landfall.
You're finally able to get all the way there then. Yeah.
Oh god, I'm not built for this. Okay. Let's grace. Let's grace. Let's grace. We're okay. So I'm gonna follow in the direction that I saw Stormbringer go.
Okay. Yeah, very carefully you're making your way through the trees. Give me a perception check, please.
Please hold.
You see something flapping just above one of the trees. It sort of lands on one of the trees. You also felt like you saw a bit of clothing there as well on the thing that was flapping around. And now you get a little bit better sense at it as a small winged creature sort of takes a sling and just sort of lets a rock go at you, Charity.
Oh dear.
It misses you and nearly hits the white bush right behind you. It sort of makes a tiny sort of screeching sound. And then you see a couple more.
Oh no.
Sort of flapping above. Why don't we roll initiative?
How?
Give me some initiative.
I'm going to somewhat loudly exclaim, "That was very rude."
Sorry, how do we roll initiative again?
Click on yourself, and then there's the word initiative top middle in your character sheet. So that
Yes.
first row. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Did you click on your icon, Burbage?
Oh, hold on.
Try to click on him and then do that.
And Vamaris, you should probably roll initiative too.
Yeah, Vamaris definitely do.
Oh god, the battle music.
All right. Burbage Kemp, you now
Uh,
see a few.
Technically,
winged
Stormbringer.
creatures.
Stormbringer critted.
Oh.
Oh, I did.
Stormbringer
Oh,
was a
did you?
pure crit.
Oh, I know.
So
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. No, you're totally right. So again, for those of you watching, I like to do something with crits on initiative where you get to go an entire round before everything else. So Stormbringer, why don't you go ahead and begin us?
Do I see the enemies?
You do see a few winged creatures just around the map in different sort of trees around you. You could do a perception check on your turn to try to find more.
Did I see it attack Charity or throw something at Charity or whatever it did?
Yes, you did see
Okay.
this one here. Do that.
Okay. Do I feel like I can move through the squares that are not fully covered with the white bushes without touching the white bushes?
Yes, if you're careful. Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna move to that one.
Okay. It is about 15 feet up.
Do I see any on the ground? Can I make a perception
Yes.
check for that?
Yeah. This one down
I
here
do
is
see-
now slid down to the ground
Okay.
as well as this one.
Okay, that's all my movement.
All right.
And I'm going to attack it. I have my battle axe out, not my great axe.
Excellent. Yeah. You're saving your rage or?
I am out of rages.
Okie dokie.
So I'm not raging.
do you have your shield on?
And- Yeah, I have my
Okay.
shield out and my battle axe, and I'm going to shriek, "You attacked Charity," and swing at its no, you attacked the Charity and swing at its head with my battle
Excellent.
axe.
It might have been a
fearsomely.
misunderstanding. Oh, okay.
Definitely hits. Do the damage. Oh, that kills it immediately.
So I'm going to scream, "That's what you get!"
Immediately, your axe just comes down, slashes this thing, this kind of sort of lizardy humanoid creature, just right across its chest, and it falls over. Immediately as that happens, you hear sort of screeches and hoots and hollers, kind of from all around you. So definitely a few more of these things have now made themselves
Okay.
known. They were just hiding prior to this.
And then my next turn, since I got
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And that
Um,
was the surprise round, kind of.
yeah.
Are any of those others on the ground?
Yeah,
Like the
that's
ones that
what
were
I was
hooting and hollering?
This one over here is on the ground, and whoops. sorry.
You're not highlighting anything we can see.
Yep, there we go. This one on the ground. This one is now on the ground, right here, as well as this one. Wow, there are a lot of enemies.
Okay.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks.
You guys are gonna die. All right.
And that one next to the one on the ground is still 15 feet in the air, right? So I won't take an attack of opportunity if I walk.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Or I shouldn't. I guess we'll see.
Can't reach you.
Okay.
You are right next to a giant egg. I don't know if that means anything, but
No, that doesn't mean anything to
Okay.
Stormbringer. Stormbringer's like, "Oh, it's an egg. That's nice. Maybe we can have an omelet." So I'm gonna go back and attack this one again with my battle axe, yelling, "Don't hurt my friend! Don't hurt my
all
friend!"
right.
Aw. Oh my.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to roll that.
And
Get
then
excited.
roll on the crit table.
Yes,
Crit
go ahead and
table,
roll on the
crit
crit
table,
table.
crit
It
table.
would. It's gonna automatically kill it.
But something else good could happen.
Oh wait, no, it won't. Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will. It'll kill it.
No, it won't.
Um,
Oh yeah, it will.
Severs a nerve. Oh, okay, yeah.
Nice.
Well, the damage had already been rolled.
Oh,
no,
Okay.
all good either way. Yeah, definitely killed.
So now I'm just kind of shrieking. It's as if I'm raging, and I'm yelling, "The storm is here!"
I'm.
You do see a small cloud darken above you.
Yeah.
Charity is looking up.
That's
Does he
fair.
see this?
Yes. Uh-huh.
He's like, oh, neat. I see it. I see the storm.
I'm kind of shrieking up at the sky.
Burbage
very
Camp,
happy.
you now are surrounded by enemies that you're pretty sure you guys can't handle. You almost think that this is a puzzle of some sort that you could just solve. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and move some of those movable pieces on the skull.
Okay. What order would you like to put them in?
What order are they in right now? 1, 3, 2, or 2, 3, 4?
Two-legged, three-legged, four-legged.
Okay. I'd like to change the order to 4, 3, 2.
Excellent. So you just sort of put that around, and then sort of step back, and you hear you hear kind of a clicking and a locking mechanism, almost magically within the skull here, and it sort of pulses with like a red sort of aura, and then it goes away, and you're pretty sure that was not the correct order.
Damn. Alright, is that my turn?
That would be your turn.
Okay.
Vamaris.
What can I do? Do I see the storm that's forming above storm?
A little bit. You see the cloud that is turned
I
a
see
bit
the cloud.
gray. Yeah.
Can't. So I definitely know something's amiss.
Yeah.
And the ship is still about an hour away.
Yeah.
I think you also probably heard me shout, that wasn't very nice.
And you would have heard me yelling, "You
Yeah.
hurt the charity, and then the storm is here."
How are the owlbears doing?
They're sort of kind of hooting around at each other and just wandering around on the deck.
Where's Meepus?
Meepus is just behind you, kind of over here now, looking at the all the sort of little figures that have appeared on the island.
Okay. Vamaris is going to dive into the water. And he's going to
Excellent.
try and swim to the island.
Excellent.
This is athletics.
Yes, it's an athletics check.
It's going to be slow.
You're having a troubled time. You actually are starting to just sink
No.
instead of swim. Interesting. We'll come back to that. Charity.
Okay, so
Okay.
I saw Burbage go over and like fiddle with something
Yeah.
on the skull.
Yes.
And I saw Stormbringer. Okay. I'm going to carefully step over here so that I can like see and access the thing he was fiddling
Yes.
with. And I assume I see now the 432.
You do, and you also see some writing underneath. What languages do you speak?
Common and Infernal.
You do not understand this.
I'm gonna quickly ask Burbage, like, what is that?
I don't know. I'm so cold, and it looks like some kind of puzzle. And I don't want to fight any of whatever these are. Are they dragons? Oh my god, we're gonna die. We're gonna die, Charity. If you survive this and you see Vamaris, tell him I loved his mask.
I'll tell him that you adored his mask.
You're just telling everyone that you see that.
Well, it's also ramping up each time, and no one is accepting saying what he actually says. Could I sort of surmising, okay, he says that that's a puzzle. I see that they're movable. Like, I'm assuming I see everything sort of that he had seen originally. Could I make a quick history check or some kind of check to think about what might be the order then?
Sure. Yeah, make a history check.
Yeah, I'm trying to
This
think.
will kind of be your turn to look at it and figure it out, you think.
Or I could just blindly change them, I guess.
Yes, definitely. So you know the order of 2, 3, 4 is not
And
correct.
4,
nor
3.
4, 3, 2.
I'm actually okay. I'm going to I'm actually going to roll a die. Of what would it be? A D2? I guess evens or odds. Evens would be 4, 2, 3, and
Okay.
then odds would be 2, 4, 3.
Yeah, do whatever you like.
So 2, 4,
So the
3.
order is 2, 4, 3. You hear a and then a glowing red aura again. It appears that nothing happened.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Oh, I should also note that my horn is still broken and my eye patch is still on.
Okay. Stormbringer, the one above you, is going to take a rock from its pouch and try to drop it on you.
Okay.
It's winged, so it's flying above you. A 16, does that hit?
No, because I have my shield up.
No, it doesn't. Awesome, you just barely just smack this rock out of the way with your shield, as it
Awesome.
was definitely about to hit you.
I'm roaring at it angrily, wordlessly.
And a few more now rushing down from the treetops, sort of screeching and howling as they go. It appears like most of them are sort of keeping a bit of their distance. They're just trying to position themselves around you, in some sort of pack attack formation. Stormbringer.
When I was by Burbage, by the skull thing,
Yes.
would I have noticed the words written on it?
You would have noticed them, yeah.
Did I recognize the
languages
language?
do you speak?
Let me check. I speak Common, Giant, and Dorvish.
You do know the language. It's ancient giant. But you have studied the giant enough to know what it said. And it appears to be a small riddle. It basically putting it together, it says something in your translation about the development of man.
That's the whole riddle?
That's the whole riddle.
Okay. Well, I'm going to yell.
I know. That's why I did the die roll. Charity didn't have a basis for it yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to yell the development of man. And is
Right.
the one that dropped the rock on me or tried to drop the rock on me still in the air?
Yes.
Rude.
This-
Okay.
all the others are on the ground.
All the
except
others are
for
on the ground?
This one.
Except for that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm trying to count something around the bushes.
Go ahead.
Okay, I think I can do this without walking through any of the bushes.
Okay.
Because there's like corners there, right? So hopefully I don't just walk through bushes. And I'm gonna
Yes.
attack this one with my battle axe.
Excellent.
I'm just shrieking wordlessly as I
Oh.
attack again.
That does not hit.
Oh, I'm
He just
shrieking wordlessly.
barely dodges out of the way.
I sound ashamed and angry in my wordless shrieking now. And that's
The
my
storm is growing more powerful.
turn. It's
All
doing
right.
something.
Burbage Camp?
Remember that I just think the storm is
Alright.
your anger and upset.
So I heard Stormbringer yell, "The development of man."
Yes.
The development of man. The development of man. And wait, what combination did?
I did 2, 4, 3.
Okay. Development of man. Development of man. Oh, it's not the three-legged. It's not a penis. It's a cane. Charity, it's a cane.
Charity is just. What?
It's not. It isn't a penis. It's a cane. Okay, so I'm just gonna move these movable pieces into the order of 4. Put 4 here, and then 2 here, and then 3 right here. Ah!
You hear a and then this blue aura just emits from this skull as the skull itself sort of disintegrates into ash around you, revealing a luminous, bulbous blue flower underneath it.
I take that flower.
And you are able to, with just a little bit of heft, pull it from its root ball underground, a large clump of dirt and sand still clinging to it.
And I yell out, "I've got the flower! I stole the flower! Let's get the fuck out of here!"
All right, you still can move if you'd like.
I would very much like to move. I'd like to move as far as I
I'd like that.
possibly can.
25 feet is how far you can move.
Okay.
All right.
I've got the flower! I've
You
got the
just start
flower!
running and screaming through the woods, through the plants here. Excellent. Vamaris.
He's gonna try and climb back up onto the ship.
Excellent. You sort of turn around just in time. Did you get my special message?
I did get your special message.
You are then launched completely out of the water with a soft voice in your ear saying, "Save your friends." I need you to make a acrobatics check to see how well you land.
Oh god.
Ankles go snap.
You land and tumble just a bit, and now find yourself completely upright, standing at the water's edge. Enemies all around your friends. Well, friends in quotes.
Hey.
So
would
now
you
I
like to
can
do?
move a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You
Well,
can move your movement and do an action.
I will kind of run up to Burbage as he's running towards me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to assume he runs past, but I kind of bring out my staff and I stand the ground. And there's no real reason. Do I have to prep Shillelagh? Or
You have to cast it. I
And
think.
Shillelagh
Yeah.
lasts for a while.
yeah, it lasts for an hour. So
Yeah.
I'm going to channel the energy into my quarterstaff
Excellent.
and cast Shillelagh.
You have now imbued your quarterstaff. It grows kind of vines on the side of it, but the leaves are razor sharp. Yeah, you're excited to get your old Shillelagh back out.
Yeah.
Charity.
Stormbringer, you didn't look like you'd been hurt too badly. Burbage looked like
No.
he was hurt quite badly. He's got. I saw the skull dissolve and him grab the flower, and there's nothing left over there, right? Like the skull is gone.
Right. You didn't see anything else.
Okay.
Fact.
We out.
You do see more of these large egg-shaped things on the island around you now that you've been here a bit more. I don't know if that means anything to you.
I'm going to. Why not? It's kind of my ammo. So right in there.
Okay. A fire springs to life, right, kind of on the egg, and right at the base of a tree. One of the things is at.
Yep.
All right.
And that's it for me.
Excellent. All right. The kobold, you don't know what it is, flaps over and tries to drop a stone on you, Vamaris.
Oh, okay.
Does a 9 hit you? No, it does not. I don't believe. Another one is going to race up to you on the ground.
Okay.
And pull out its gnarled dagger. Does a 12 hit you?
What stat am I bouncing it against?
It's an AC, your AC, your armor class.
I'm at 12, so
And it does hit you for 4 damage as it stabs. It stabs into your leg and just kind of shrieks in your face.
am I allowed to counterattack at all?
No, not right now.
No. Okay.
One over here runs to the side and fiddles around in its small sort of makeshift bag, pulls out a vial of something, and throws it. It throws it at you, Burbage, but it misses you. However, the vial sort of explodes behind you, and there is a small fire that started from this vial.
Ugh.
You just see several of these things from the woods are just sort of surrounding Stormbringer.
Yeah, come at me.
With their daggers out, they start sort of slashing and trying to get you. Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no! Okay, that's not terrible. You take 13 damage as one of the daggers just stabs straight in.
I'm using
temple.
my reaction to use Stone's Endurance.
Okay, what is that? Please tell us. You can use. Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and roll a d12. You completely, as you're just about to take the entire amount of damage, which I think your Constitution is a 3 or a 2.
Should be a 3.
My constitution is a 3.
All right. The dagger is about to go straight underneath your armor. You just see it, but the skin around where the dagger is about to penetrate just immediately turns gray and hard into stone.
Awesome.
The dagger just bends as it tries to get into you, and it just can't. The other dagger, however, does hit as well from the guy next to you, because while you were distracted with this one did 5 piercing damage
Okay.
to the back of your leg.
Okay.
Stormbringer, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm disengaging and getting the
Okay.
fuck out of here. Now that I see that Burbage has the plant.
Okay.
Disengage, I can move. I can still use my double movement, right? I can move 60 feet.
No, that's an action. To
Disengage is an
Okay.
action.
Yeah.
So it's 30 feet?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm gonna move to there.
Excellent.
And then that's my turn.
All right, Burbage Kemp.
All right. Am I able to swim while holding this flower? Maybe like above water?
Probably, right? Yeah.
So encouraging.
Go ahead and.
All right.
It's probably a little harder, so go ahead and roll your athletics check when you get in the water to swim.
Okay, athletics check. Ugh. Can I use my inspiration and roll again?
You absolutely can. Yes.
Good call. Good call.
Better. All right, you can. You can swim about 10 feet in the water at the moment.
And I uncheck inspiration.
Yes. Excellent. Vamaris.
Vamaris will also disengage,
Okay.
and he can move 30 feet.
Yes.
So,
Into the water. Go ahead and
Into
give me
the
an
water.
athletics check.
yeah.
Very good. Very good.
You saw that
You,
one
uh,
too,
you-
didn't you?
It paused for just a moment.
That's why 3D dice are the best. You were able to swim the rest of your movement, so about another 5 more feet from where you're at.
5 more feet.
Yeah. This turn, and then you should be able to swim your normal speed next turn.
Okay.
All right, Charity.
Okay. So
There's a fire right next to you. A fire started over here by the egg that doesn't seem hurt at all by that. And this guy was the guy. Nope.
so right up here.
Yeah, this guy. This
Yeah.
guy was the guy that flung the fire and stuff.
Yeah. Right here.
Yeah.
Underneath the bush, essentially.
Ooh, yeah.
The ground is now shaking. Hoping to shake the bush.
It doesn't take much. All it needs is the pollen, basically, to go. You immediately see the 3 kobold. Well, yeah, the 3 kobolds
We can just know they're kobolds, Andy. The characters don't have to.
just freeze in place, completely frozen, killing each of them.
I'm sorry. And then I'm gonna jump in the water.
All right. Give me a athletics check.
Oh, thank
Oh,
God.
good roll.
You're able to move the rest of your movement. Here.
So. No, 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 I don't like this island anymore. Don't fuck off!
What?
Is she
Flying.
swimming?
Oh,
You're
it's flying.
over the water, attempting to drop a large rock on you, Burbage. Does it? Yeah, 21 hits you
Oh dear. Oh.
for 5 damage.
What? What?
This massive rock just smacks into you as you just lose consciousness, and as you do, you sort of let go of the plant that floats to the top of the water. You are now unconscious, my friend.
I'm getting sick of this.
You spent a lot of time KO'd.
Yeah.
Sideways now.
He's gonna throw something from his pouch again at you, Vamaris, as you're swimming away. 11 misses you just barely. Oh god.
I hate you. This isn't fun anymore.
So many daggers, Stormbringer.
Yeah.
So many daggers with advantage. Interesting.
Wow.
Okay.
Good.
This one, trying to dodge the fire, just falls prone completely. Does a 15 hit you?
No. My AC
But a
is 17.
17 does.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you only get hit by one of them for 6 piercing damage.
Okay. I look
Are
extremely
you are
fucked up.
not dead. You are not
I am
dead.
extremely fucked up, though.
Oh my goodness. All right. And Stormbringer, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to disengage again. And then I'm moving into the water. So I need to make an athletics check real quick.
Yes, please. As the daggers are just being trying to stab at you, you sort of like smack all of them with your shield and turn around and dive into the water and start swimming. You can swim about 20 feet.
Okay.
Yeah. There are still 2 kobolds that look like they're flying. There and here. Burbage Kemp, you are unconscious. I need you to make your first death saving throw.
Okay. Well, I did do one earlier in the game. Does that?
Yes. That
is
does
that-
not count anymore, so you
So I
can
don't-
erase
okay.
that one.
It's
yeah.
per dying
Oh, all right.
incident.
per time you die. Death saving throw.
Oh, no.
Okie everyone else sees as the sort of last bubble of air comes out of Burbage as he begins to sink just a bit under the water. You're not dead, of course, Burbage, but you are dying.
Thanks.
Vamaris.
Okay. I'm sorry, Burbage. I don't really have the means to help you, buddy. So, Vamaris is gonna grab the flower
Okay,
and he's gonna keep going.
excellent.
I
Keep swimming, buddy.
think that's as far as I can go.
All right.
Or can I go one more? I can't actually see the distance for whatever reason.
Was that 20 feet?
That was a 30.
I think.
Yeah, that was his.
Okay, so I think it's it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That was his movement because he had full movement as well. It was just used some.
Excellent. Charity.
So I had it was 20 feet for me to get to the boat, and then I used the last 10 to get up.
Okay. Yeah, you're climbing up the side of the boat. There's a ladder, so it's not too hard.
This I'm going to turn around, and this time you all are basically facing towards me, so you see much more clearly as my eye patch melts away, and the horn forms out of feathers of light. But what you're mostly noticing, which you weren't the last time because I was behind you, the eye underneath the eye patch looks nothing like Charity's other eye. It basically looks like molten gold. And you just hear, "You are trying to hurt my friends. Stormbringer, save Burbage." And at that, where are you? Against the flying one that was over Burbage.
Yep, that hits. That kills him. He falls limp then. What does your Eldritch Blast look like?
Basically, you see me point for a second, and one of the feathers from my horn sort of unpeels and streaks out and stabs through him.
Excellent. Immediately, he goes limp and just sort of flops onto the water's surface, floating there next to Burbage.
And you will hear me, "May your soul burn in Behelet's purity for an age."
All right. This one stands back up.
I'm just picturing, "Caw."
a few daggers are being tossed at you, Stormbringer.
Okay.
How many of those have disadvantage?
They all do because you are just barely in the water surface.
Yeah.
You're basically prone to them.
Please let them just all hit each other.
Right?
I just want them to all, like, pull back their daggers simultaneously and, like, all throw and just all hit each other.
A 16 misses, or... Yeah, 16 misses
16
you, right?
misses.
Oh my gosh.
Gah.
There was 2 of them that rolled 16 as their low. So
Ah.
everything misses. All the daggers are just raining around you. And Stormbringer, it's your turn.
All right. Gonna swim 5 feet, grab Burbage.
Now the situation's changed a bit, so you can re-roll your athletics to see
Okay.
how you swim with Burbage. I'm gonna say you probably have to put your shield on your back to carry him,
Okay.
which won't change too much your AC, but because your back will be to them. Excellent.
that's
You
better.
can move the rest of your movement speed.
How much does it take to actually climb onto the boat?
Another 10 feet.
Okay. So I'm just right up against the boat. I guess I should have Burbage with me. I'm dragging him with me.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm dragging him along. I'm trying to stay low in the water so that if they throw more things at me, that they'll have
Yeah.
trouble hitting me.
As you are...
And I'm trying to keep his
yeah.
head out of the water so that he's not drowning as much.
Very good. Yeah. As you are swimming to the boat, something sort of terrifying occurs to you. You see a bit of the boat stretch its arms out, sort of at you.
I'm going to shriek at the top of my lungs, I told you all! The The boat
a
is a person!
a beautiful young woman has stretched her arms out and pleads with you. Give me the young little one.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand the tiny man off to her
Alright.
and say, "Keep him safe, you boat person thing, you."
She kind of nods at you and begins to raise up out of the water with Burbage, still sort of half in the boat. So her like lower half is still sort of melded with the boat.
Freaky.
Burbage, I need you to make another death saving throw.
Okay.
Awesome!
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Thank you, boat lady. You're
Okay. You actually, you actually wake up. Just you're cradled in some arms that are sturdy and yet somehow soft, and you sort of look behind you as you're being raised beautifully and slowly out of the water, and just almost you think you're just being raised to heaven. As a soft voice says, "I have you, Mr. Kemp."
Galadriel.
Vamaris.
Vamaris will make it to the boat and climb up the ladder with the flower. Should I give you a roll,
Excellent.
or
No, you're able to do it pretty easily.
yeah?
Then, yeah, you're on the boat, and Meepus is up there now with you, and you could shout to him if you'd like, or
Are we all on a boat?
no,
I'm not.
Stormbringer's in the water still.
Then I'm not going to shout or anything.
All right, Charity.
Do.
So you are now 1 hit point, Burbage. I'll just give you the
This one?
Oops.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it hits. And kills.
So another of the feathers sort of peels off, and you notice almost as soon as it does, another one reforms under it. And that these are, actually now that you're all closer, these are, 1, made out of light, and 2, imagine if you sort of took the feather from a quill, but the end that you sharpened was the feather tip.
Yeah. Streaks through the air, and again, another one just goes limp and falls to the water, floating on top.
Okie doke.
In vain, they keep throwing daggers. This one has some sort of basket that he tosses, and as it hits the water, you see scorpions spill out of it into the water. They are shrieking and in horrific rage that you have left the island, though are terrified, it seems, to get in the water. Stormbringer.
Okay, I'm gonna climb on the frickin' ship.
You easily climb on up. You are now on the boat.
Is everyone on the boat?
It appears so, yeah. The boat person moves Burbage Kent up and lays him then gently on the deck before she sort of melds back into the boat itself.
I'm going to pat the boat and say thank you. The same way I've been patting, my friends.
Yes.
And then I'm going to yell to Meepus, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. Burbage, yeah, you are awake now on the boat. You see everyone around you hurrying around, doing their best. The sails are lowering on their own. Meepus is struggling, but very quickly moving the anchor up. And that's when you hear again the giant roar, gong, boom from the sea itself. And for a second, a small island appears out of nowhere next to this island. It takes you a second to focus your eyes on it, but you realize it's not actually an island at all, but a massive, gigantic turtle of some sort. It sort of rears its head back and shouts, roars, screams in your direction, and the sound is deafening. That concludes tonight's episodes of Goats and Dragons. If you enjoyed this and are curious to see where the story goes, please follow us on Twitch, where we are simply Helpful Goat, or subscribe at YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. We are a small independent game design firm and could really use the support. If you'd like to know more about us, our streams, our company, our upcoming projects, you can visit helpfulgoat.com. Follow us on Twitter at helpfulgoat, or check out our Facebook page, also at Helpful Goat. Thank you so much for watching. We immensely appreciate it. From all of us on Goats and Dragons, we wish you an excellent evening. Good night.
Have a great night, everybody.
Right.
Goodbye.